thoughts without even trying? A man once sat alone at a cafe, sipping black coffee, reading a worn-out copy of Nietzsche. He didn't glance up. He didn't speak to anyone. Yet every woman in the room noticed him. Why? Because he wasn't trying to be noticed. That, my fellow Sigmas, is the aura we're about to decode. Sigma males don't chase attention. They attract it naturally. And that makes their aura not just powerful, but downright irresistible. In today's world, where everyone's screaming to be seen, there's a breed of man who thrives in silence, moves with purpose, and radiates energy that commands respect. These men don't need followers, but they gain them. They don't need validation, but their confidence validates itself. So what exactly gives Sigma males this rare magnetic pull? Today, we're going all in to explore why Sigma males have the most irresistible aura on planet Earth. Let's dive in, Sigmas. Number 1. The power of silence, when less is more. Sigmas aren't loud, and that's exactly why their presence speaks volumes. In social settings, people often mistake silence for weakness, but psychological studies suggest otherwise. According to research in behavioral psychology, silence can actually convey power and status. The quietest person in the room often draws the most attention, not because of what they say, but because of what they say. This is called the Sigmas don't feel the need to dominate conversations or fill silence with meaningless chatter. Instead, they observe, listen, and speak with intention. Their restraint sparks curiosity. People naturally want to know what a quiet, self-possessed person is thinking. That unknown creates mystery, and mystery is a powerful tool of attraction. Sigmas aren't trying to impress anyone. They're not driven by the need to prove themselves. They make every word count, and when they do speak, people listen. That kind of energy can't be faked. It's built from self-awareness, confidence, and the ability to be content in one's own space. In a world of noise, Sigmas are the quiet storm, and that's why they stand out. Number 2, independence that turns heads. A Sigma male doesn't outsource his identity, validation, or happiness to anyone. Not society, not trends, and certainly not romantic interests. He moves to the beat of his own drum, even if that rhythm is one only he can hear. This level of self-sufficiency isn't just admirable, it's deeply attractive. Psychologists call this the belief that you are responsible for your own life rather than external forces. People with this mindset are more resilient, confident, and emotionally stable. And women notice. When a Sigma walks into a room, he doesn't need to announce his worth. It's embedded in how he carries himself. This independence creates a paradox. The less he seeks approval, the more others seek his. His contentment doesn't depend on relationships, titles, or social validation. That silent message, "I've got me," resonates louder than any attempt to impress. Ironically, the world begins to chase what it can't control. The Sigma becomes desirable not because he tries to be, but because his self-sufficiency signals value, strength, and emotional maturity, all qualities that are rare and highly attractive in today's world. Number 3, purpose over popularity. Sigmas live by a different code. While many people shape their lives around social approval, chasing likes, followers, and fleeting attention, a Sigma operates with intention. He doesn't post for applause or act for validation. Instead, everything he does aligns with his personal values and deeper purpose. This mindset ties directly into the psychological concept of doing something because it is inherently meaningful, not because of external rewards. Research shows that people who are intrinsically motivated tend to experience greater life satisfaction, resilience, and confidence. That's the energy a Sigma gives off. Because he's not trying to blend in or follow trends, a Sigma naturally stands out. He's not swayed by the crowd or concerned with being liked. He's focused on something deeper, goals that matter, principles that define him, and a life built on authenticity. And here's the truth, nothing attracts people like purpose. When a man is grounded in something real, it shows. Women can sense when a man is walking a path of his own making. It's rare, it's inspiring. And in a world full of noise and imitation, a Sigma's quiet conviction is magnetic. Number 4, emotional control, calm in the chaos. When chaos hits, most people panic. Emotions run high, decisions get sloppy, and control slips away. But not the Sigma male. While everyone else is reacting, he's calculating. cool, composed, and unshaken. He's the eye in the middle of the storm. This emotional discipline isn't just a personality trait, it's a psychological advantage rooted in. According to studies in behavioral psychology, individuals with strong emotional regulation tend to make better decisions under pressure. They think clearly, assess risks accurately, and maintain control over their environment. That's exactly what sets the Sigma apart. He doesn't just survive chaos, he uses it. This level of calm creates an undeniable presence. Women feel safe around him because he exudes stability. He doesn't get lost in drama or react impulsively. He's grounded, and in an unpredictable world, that's magnetic. Men, on the other hand, respect him, not because he demands it, but because he's earned it. He doesn't chase status or force dominance, he simply leads by example. In moments when others lose their grip, the Sigma stays firm. Chaos doesn't shake him, it reveals him. And that's why he always comes out on top. Number 5. Eye contact that says everything. Sigmas have mastered a unique form of communication, silent dominance. While most people rely heavily on words to convey confidence or intent, a Sigma speaks through presence. His gaze isn't random, it's deliberate, focused, and deeply penetrating. It's been said that one look from a Sigma can feel like an X-ray to the soul, and there's science behind that. According to research in eye contact that is steady and purposeful signals high status, confidence, and emotional intelligence. Unlike others who might look away out of nervousness or overcompensate with intense staring, a Sigma's gaze is balanced and powerful. It communicates, I see you, but I'm not trying to impress you. This psychological confidence is rooted in Sigmas have no need to prove themselves or seek approval, so their body language reflects calm dominance. He doesn't break eye contact because he isn't hiding anything. That level of comfort within himself creates an unspoken tension, one that women often find hypnotic. It's not just eye contact, it's when a Sigma walks into a room, his silence speaks louder than others' words. It's subtle, it's commanding, and it makes people pay attention without even knowing why. Number 6. Rebellion with a cause. He's not a rebel for attention, he's a rebel with purpose. A Sigma doesn't oppose authority just to make noise, he challenges it when it clashes with his values. This isn't teenage rebellion, it's principled independence. While others chase trends, approval, or herd mentality, the Sigma pauses and thinks, this mindset is deeply connected to the psychological trait known as the ability to remain true to oneself even under social pressure. People with this trait don't just follow the crowd, they question, analyze, and decide for themselves. That's what makes a Sigma so rare. Even when the path is steep and isolating, he chooses authenticity over popularity. And that choice radiates a powerful energy, freedom. It's the kind of energy that commands respect without demanding it. Women and men alike sense that he's not easily swayed, not easily impressed, and definitely not easily controlled. In a world driven by groupthink, a Sigma's quiet resistance shines like a beacon. It's not just about being different, it's about being free. And that kind of freedom, it doesn't scream, it whispers, and everyone listens. Number 7, they don't need you, but they value you. This one's subtle but incredibly powerful. A Sigma male doesn't anyone to complete him. He's not driven by approval, popularity, or external validation. Psychologically, this reflects high, a trait linked to strong self-identity and confidence. And yet, despite not relying on others, a Sigma treats everyone with deep respect. He doesn't use people to boost his ego or chase clout through shallow relationships. His value isn't tied to how many people like him, but to how authentic he is, and that's rare. When someone is in a Sigma's inner circle, it's not by accident. It's a conscious choice. That level of selectivity is magnetic. People sense when they're genuinely chosen, not just tolerated. It makes them feel valued, seen, and respected. In a world where many give their time freely to gain approval, a Sigma's selective energy sends a clear message. Now, Sigmas. Here's the truth. This aura, it's not something you're born with, it's something you build. Brick by brick, habit by habit, day by day. And every time you choose solitude over shallow company, purpose over popularity, depth over distraction, you become more Sigma. This isn't about ego, it's about essence. It's about becoming the man who doesn't follow the crowd because he leads himself. So ask yourself, are you living to be seen or living to be felt? Because Sigmas don't just leave impressions, they leave legacies. Sigmas, if this video resonated with you, if something in your spirit whispered, "That's me," then it's time to own it. You are the storm behind the silence, the gravity in the room, the mystery no one can solve but everyone wants to experience. That's the aura, that's the power, that's the Sigma within you. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and join this growing community of Sigmas who are choosing to live purposefully, authentically, and unapologetically. And as always, keep building, keep reflecting, keep showing up as your highest self. Having said this,
while the alpha and beta males dominate popular discussions, the sigma male remains a mysterious figure, embodying a unique set of habits and traits that set him apart from the common man. The sigma male is an archetype that defies societal norms and charts his own path to success. With a preference for solitude and a deep sense of self-awareness, he possesses habits that can be challenging for the average man to adopt. Throughout this video, we'll unveil the secrets of Sigma male habits that not only empower them but also provide valuable insights for anyone seeking personal growth and development. By examining these habits, we hope to inspire you to tap into your own inner Sigma and embrace the qualities that will set you apart from the rest. Whether you're seeking personal growth, enhanced self-confidence, or simply a new perspective on masculinity, this video is sure to provide you with invaluable insights. So, if you're ready to challenge conventional wisdom and embrace the habits of a Sigma male, hit that subscribe button and join our community of like-minded individuals. Let's embark on this transformative journey together and discover the habits that will unlock your true potential as a Sigma male. Number 1. Sigma males are distinct in their independent nature. They possess remarkable self-reliance and exhibit comfort in their own company. Unlike the average individual, Sigma males do not seek external validation or approval to shape their identity or choices. Instead, they rely on their own judgment and intuition to make decisions that align with their deeply held values and personal objectives. One notable characteristic of Sigma males is their profound self-assurance and inner confidence. They possess an unwavering belief in themselves that remains unshaken by the opinions or influence of others. This unwavering self-belief enables them to preserve their authenticity and embrace their individuality, resisting the pressures to conform to societal norms or expectations. Moreover, the independent nature of Sigma males empowers them to take full ownership of their actions and accept personal responsibility. They do not rely on others to solve their problems or make decisions on their behalf. Instead, they demonstrate a proactive attitude towards addressing challenges and finding solutions, taking charge of their lives with a strong sense of autonomy and self-reliance. Number 2. Fiercely autonomous. They possess a fierce determination to chart their own course in life, refusing to be influenced or constrained by societal norms and expectations. Unlike their counterparts who seek validation and approval from social hierarchies, Sigma males rely solely on their inner compass and self-reliance. These individuals exhibit a remarkable ability to lead themselves and take decisive action. They possess a clear sense of direction and purpose, setting their own goals and relentlessly pursuing them. Regardless of whether their aspirations align with societal conventions or not, Sigma males remain resolute in their pursuit of personal fulfillment and success. One of the distinctive characteristics of Sigma males is their adaptability and flexibility. Freed from the constraints of rigid structures and the opinions of others, they can easily navigate through the ever-changing landscape of life. Their autonomous nature enables them to embrace uncertainty and handle unexpected challenges with grace and ease. Sigma males often present a unique challenge to the majority of people who are accustomed to seeking acceptance and conforming to societal expectations. Their unwavering commitment to their own principles and personal autonomy serves as a stark contrast to the prevailing norms, and this contrast can create a sense of discomfort or confusion for those who adhere to the traditional social order. In summary, Sigma males are fiercely autonomous individuals who rely on their self-direction and inner drive to shape their lives. Their ability to break free from the need for acceptance and conformity allows them to pursue their goals with unwavering determination and navigate through life's uncertainties with remarkable adaptability. Number 3. Sigma males are known for their intuitive loner tendencies. While they are capable of socializing when necessary, they hold a special appreciation for solitude. This preference for spending time alone is not rooted in antisocial behavior, but rather in their recognition of the value it brings to their lives. By engaging in periods of solitude, Sigma males create an environment that facilitates self-reflection and personal growth. They view their alone time as a precious opportunity to recharge their mental and emotional energy, allowing them to function at their best when interacting with others. During these moments of seclusion, they delve deep into their thoughts, exploring the intricacies of their own minds and gaining a profound understanding of themselves. Through self-reflection, Sigma males develop a heightened sense of self-awareness. They become intimately acquainted with their own emotions, desires, and motivations. This process enables them to navigate the complexities of life with greater clarity and purpose. By embracing their alone time, they cultivate a strong foundation of inner strength and resilience, which empowers them to face challenges and make decisions with confidence. In essence, the solitude that Sigma males seek is not an escape from society, but rather a deliberate choice to invest in their personal growth. It is a deliberate retreat to gather their thoughts, renew their spirits, and emerge as individuals who possess a profound understanding of themselves and the world around them. Number 4. They choose their friends. Selective socializing is a distinct characteristic of Sigma males, who possess a unique approach to forming social connections. Unlike those who prioritize a large network of acquaintances, Sigma males are highly discerning in choosing the people they surround themselves with, resulting in a small, tight-knit circle of close friends. The guiding principle behind their selective nature is the emphasis on quality over quantity. Rather than seeking numerous social interactions, Sigma males place great value on establishing deep connections with like-minded individuals who share their core values and interests. These individuals are seen as potential sources of intellectual stimulation and personal growth. For Sigma males, meaningful connections and genuine relationships hold great significance. They actively seek out individuals who inspire them intellectually and challenge their perspectives, as such interactions contribute to their personal development. By carefully selecting their social circle, Sigma males create an environment where they can forge strong bonds based on mutual respect, trust, and shared passions. By prioritizing quality over superficiality, Sigma males consciously avoid shallow or superficial connections that lack depth and substance. They recognize the importance of engaging in meaningful conversations and activities with individuals who genuinely resonate with them. Consequently, their selective socializing approach enables them to cultivate relationships characterized by authenticity, profound understanding, and a sense of belonging. Number 5. Their remarkable ability to observe and analyze their surroundings. They possess exceptional observational skills that enable them to notice even the smallest details and detect subtle cues and patterns that others might miss. This heightened level of attentiveness allows them to navigate social situations with great proficiency. One of the key strengths of Sigma males lies in a keen eye for nonverbal communication. They pay close attention to body language, facial expressions, and other nonverbal cues, which provide valuable insights into the thoughts, emotions, and intentions of those around them. This perceptive nature enables them to accurately assess social dynamics and understand the underlying dynamics in various situations. By carefully observing and interpreting these cues, Sigma males gain a deep understanding of the people they interact with and the environment they find themselves in. They are adept at recognizing patterns and trends, which allows them to make informed decisions and take appropriate actions based on their observations. Furthermore, Sigma males possess the ability to adapt their behavior and communication style based on the social context. They carefully assess the dynamics of a situation and adjust their approach accordingly, ensuring effective communication and interaction. This adaptability makes them highly effective communicators and leaders, as they can tailor their strategies and messages to resonate with different individuals and groups. Number 6. The pursuit of knowledge is an intrinsic trait of Sigma males. Their unquenchable thirst for learning distinguishes them from others, as they continuously strive to broaden their understanding of the world. They possess an unwavering commitment to lifelong learning, constantly seeking opportunities to expand their intellectual horizons. Sigma males possess a growth mindset, which fuels their proactive approach to acquiring knowledge and developing new skills. They actively engage in self-education, taking the initiative to explore various subjects and delve deep into areas that pique their interest. Through extensive reading and exploration across diverse fields of knowledge, they cultivate a comprehensive understanding of the world. By immersing themselves in a broad range of topics, Sigma males foster a well-rounded perspective that allows them to make connections and draw insights from different disciplines. This interdisciplinary approach to learning enables them to synthesize information and tackle complex problems with a holistic mindset. Unlike those who prioritize immediate gratification, Sigma males understand the value of continuous growth through knowledge acquisition. They recognize that expanding their intellectual repertoire not only enriches their own lives, but also equips them with the tools to contribute meaningfully to society. Therefore, the pursuit of knowledge is an integral part of their identity and a driving force behind their personal and intellectual development. Number 7. Thinking beyond the box. These individuals possess a natural inclination to question established norms and challenge traditional beliefs, which sets them apart from the common man who tends to follow the herd. Their ability to think outside the box enables them to explore alternative perspectives and devise innovative solutions to problems. Sigma males exhibit a strong sense of critical and independent thinking. They are not confined by conventional wisdom or societal expectations, granting them the freedom to venture into unexplored territories and consider unconventional paths and possibilities. This mindset allows them to break away from the status quo and pursue innovative ideas. The unconventional thinking of Sigma males often leads them to take risks, as they are not afraid to explore uncharted territories and challenge the existing paradigm. This willingness to step outside their comfort zone opens up opportunities for groundbreaking discoveries and unique approaches to problem solving. By embracing unconventional thinking, Sigma males can pave the way for transformative advancements and bring about positive change in various domains. Number 8. Dedicated and motivated by oneself. Sigma males embody a remarkable level of self-motivation and determination that sets them apart. These individuals are characterized by their unwavering drive to succeed. Rather than seeking validation or relying on external rewards, Sigma males derive satisfaction from their innate sense of purpose and continuous self-improvement. One distinguishing feature of Sigma males is their strong internal locus of control. They firmly believe that they have the power to shape their own lives and take full responsibility for their actions and outcomes. They do not depend on external sources of motivation, instead relying on their own internal drive to propel them forward. This exceptional self-motivation enables Sigma males to persevere through challenges and setbacks. They remain steadfastly focused on their goals and maintain an unwavering commitment to achieving success on their own terms. Even in the face of adversity, Sigma males push themselves to overcome obstacles and continue their personal growth journey. Number 9. Ability to maintain an intense and unwavering focus. This exceptional level of concentration allows them to block out distractions and dedicate themselves wholeheartedly to the task at hand. With an unwavering drive, discipline, and unwavering commitment, Sigma males are willing to invest extensive amounts of time and effort to achieve their desired outcomes. The laser-like focus exhibited by Sigma males enables them to make remarkable progress and attain exceptional results in their endeavors. However, for the average individual, this level of intensity can prove to be quite challenging. Common men often find it difficult to sustain such a high level of focus and dedication, frequently encountering obstacles such as distractions, procrastination, or a lack of clarity regarding their goals. Developing the habit of intense focus necessitates the cultivation of discipline, the creation of an environment conducive to productive work, the establishment of clear goals, and the elimination of distractions that hinder progress. By implementing these strategies, individuals can maximize their productivity and make significant strides toward accomplishing their objectives. Number 10. Remarkable skills in establishing strong boundaries. They possess a deep comprehension of their personal limitations and exhibit fearlessness in asserting themselves when the situation demands it. By prioritizing their own well-being and needs, Sigma males are able to establish healthy boundaries within their relationships and interactions. They effectively and confidently communicate these boundaries, thereby cultivating an environment of mutual respect and fostering healthy dynamics. On the other hand, common men often face challenges in setting and maintaining boundaries. They tend to place the needs of others above their own, resulting in burnout and neglecting their own self-care. Embracing the practice of strong boundary setting necessitates the development of self-awareness, honing assertiveness skills, and acquiring the ability to prioritize personal needs without succumbing to guilt or selfishness. By adopting these traits, individuals can empower themselves to establish and maintain healthy boundaries, leading to improved overall well-being and more fulfilling relationships. There you have it, the habits of a Sigma male that are difficult for common men. These individuals embody a unique blend of independence, introspection, and unconventional thinking. While it's important to remember that not every man falls neatly into one category, understanding the habits and traits of a Sigma male can provide valuable insights into different personality types. Whether you resonate with the Sigma male archetype or not, embracing individuality and staying true to oneself are qualities that we can all aspire to cultivate. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with others who might find it interesting. We'll be back soon with more thought-provoking content. Until then, stay curious and keep exploring the fascinating world of human behavior.
They can tell when you're lying. They know what you're hiding. And the scary part? They never say a word. How is it that some men can walk into a room and read everyone like an open book? When Josh, a known Sigma, showed up to the party, no one noticed him at first. He didn't speak much, didn't try to impress anyone. But by the time the night was over, he had everyone figured out. The manipulator, the attention seeker, the one with trust issues. And he didn't even break a sweat. That's the Sigma way. And today, we're diving into the shocking psychological tricks Sigma males use to read anyone, anywhere, anytime. What's their secret sauce? Why do they choose a lifestyle so independent, so observant, and so silently dominant? Because power isn't always loud. Sometimes it whispers in the form of silence, patience, and sharp psychological insight. This video is your ticket to understanding how Sigma males unlock the minds of others without ever revealing their own. So Sigmas, tighten your seatbelts. This is going to be good. Point 1. The silent scanner. Observation before action. Sigma males never react first, and that's not by accident. While most people jump into conversations or rush to respond in tense moments, Sigmas take a different route. They observe. They analyze. They sit back and scan the entire environment before making a move. This isn't hesitation, it's strategy. What they're doing is called a technique used by behavior analysts and even law enforcement. It involves studying a person's normal behavior, how they talk, move, or hold themselves, so any sudden shift becomes a red flag. Someone starts blinking more rapidly, touching their face, or crossing their arms when a certain topic comes up. A Sigma notices immediately. This ability to read people isn't just intuitive, it's rooted in, which says over 60% of communication is expressed through body language. Most ignore these subtle cues. A Sigma decodes them. While others see silence as awkward, Sigmas see it as a goldmine. Every pause, every shift in tone, every nervous tick tells a story. And unlike others who react impulsively, A sigma responds with precision, only when necessary. Think of them as social detectives, cool, quiet, calculated, and always 5 steps ahead. Point 2. The mirror effect. Make people reveal themselves. One of the sneakiest tricks in the Sigma male playbook is mirroring. And no, it's not manipulation. It's psychological mastery. Mirroring is a subtle technique where you reflect another person's body language, speech rhythm, or tone. It's grounded in neuroscience and psychology, specifically the concept of which are brain cells that activate both when we act and when we observe someone else doing the same action. This mirroring creates a subconscious sense of familiarity and trust. The person begins to feel like they're talking to someone who truly understands them. Someone. That's when their guard drops. They start opening up, revealing thoughts and emotions without even realizing why. Sigmas use this naturally, not to deceive, but to. They're masters at reading the emotional landscape, picking up on unspoken cues, and quietly absorbing information. It's not about manipulation, it's strategy through silence. While others broadcast their intentions loudly, the Sigma listens, watches, and mirrors. The other person leaves the conversation thinking, wow, we really connected, while the Sigma walks away with a detailed emotional map. It's calm, calculated, and completely under the radar. And that's what makes it genius. Point 3. The power of strategic silence. Ever felt uneasy when someone just didn't respond right away? That tension you felt wasn't accidental, it was strategic silence. And Sigma males use it masterfully. Most people rush to fill silence because it feels awkward or vulnerable. But Sigmas don't flinch. Instead, they let the silence hang. This isn't passive behavior. It's psychological precision. Studies in communication psychology show that silence can be just as powerful, if not more so, than speech. It gives the other person space to speak more than they intended, often revealing hidden emotions or insecurities. This tactic mirrors the principles of a martial art that emphasizes redirecting an opponent's energy rather than confronting it head-on. The Sigma lets others overextend themselves in conversation while he calmly observes, taking in everything without revealing his hand. And when he finally chooses to speak, the impact is undeniable. His words are deliberate, concise, and powerful, because they're not just filling space. They're cutting through the noise. Strategic silence creates mystery, power, and influence. In a world addicted to instant reactions and constant chatter, the Sigma's silence isn't empty, it's loaded. And in that silence, people reveal more than they realize. Point 4. Pattern detection. Noticing the unnoticeable. Ever notice how a Sigma male can pick up on the tiniest detail, a nervous laugh, a slight eye twitch, or a subtle shift in tone, and suddenly shift his entire demeanor? That's no accident. Sigmas are masters of pattern detection, and it's one of their most underrated strengths. This ability taps into a scientifically studied form of nonverbal communication. Micro-expressions are brief, involuntary facial expressions that reveal true emotions, even when someone's trying to hide them. Most people miss these signals. Sigmas don't. They also notice, like how someone always gets defensive when a certain topic is mentioned or cracks a joke when uncomfortable. Over time, Sigmas build a mental database of these cues, refining their understanding of people without ever asking a direct question. This isn't magic. It's behavioral psychology. It's observation, pattern recognition, and emotional intelligence rolled into one. While others focus on what's being said, a Sigma pays attention to what's being said. Once they decode your patterns, predicting your reactions becomes second nature. That's how they seem to read people so effortlessly. It's not some superpower, it's a system. And Sigmas? They're fluent in the silent language most never bother to learn. Point 5. Empathic accuracy, feeling what you can't say. Here's where it gets intriguing. Sigma males often possess a unique skill known in psychology as the ability to accurately sense and understand another person's emotions, even without verbal cues. It's not magic, it's perception sharpened by experience. But don't mistake this for being overly sensitive. Sigmas aren't emotional sponges, they're emotional strategists. While others overlook subtle shifts in tone, body language, or micro-expressions, Sigmas tune in like emotional antennas. Studies in social psychology show that people with high empathic accuracy often make better decisions in relationships and social settings. So how do Sigmas develop this skill? Through experience. Every betrayal, every lie, every friendship gone wrong becomes data. They analyze people, not to manipulate, but to understand. They read emotional patterns the way others read text messages. But here's the twist. Sigmas feel things deeply, yet they respond with logic, not impulse. That combination, emotional intelligence without emotional chaos, makes them powerful and grounded. They can tell when someone is faking a smile or suppressing anger. And because they're not desperate for approval, they're not afraid to call it out or walk away. This ability to, without being overwhelmed, is part of what sets them apart. Point 6. Calibrated questioning. Ask the right, not the obvious. Ever talk to someone who asked a question so precise it felt like they saw right through you? That's a Sigma in action. They don't rely on surface-level small talk. Instead, they use what psychologists call intentional, emotionally intelligent prompts designed to tap into your inner world. Rather than the standard "how was your day?", a Sigma might ask, "What made you choose that path?" Or "You didn't seem like yourself last week. What shifted?" These questions bypass the mask most people wear and aim directly at the mind and heart. They're not random, they're strategic. According to communication experts, deep questioning builds trust and psychological safety faster than basic dialogue. A Sigma knows how to make someone feel understood without prying. That's the genius. The questions feel gentle, even comforting, but they peel back layers people usually keep hidden. This ability stems from a Sigma's high level of their capacity to observe, listen, and respond in ways that spark genuine reflection. People walk away from those conversations feeling seen, heard, and oddly exposed. In a good way. It's subtle power, and it's unforgettable. Point 7. The cold read. Profiling without personal info. Cold reading is a psychological technique often associated with illusionists and mentalists, who use vague statements and sharp observation to give the illusion of mind reading. But for Sigma males, it's more than a trick. It's a skill honed through intense observation and emotional intelligence. Sigmas combine subtle signals like body language, tone of voice, facial expressions, clothing choices, and even energy to build an accurate mental profile of someone, often within seconds. They'll pick up on the nervous tapping of a foot, the way someone glances at others for approval, or the slight hesitation before answering a question. This guy's insecure about money. She craves validation. It's not supernatural, it's psychological. The Sigma's power comes from their focus. While most people are distracted or trying to impress, Sigmas are quietly watching, decoding, and analyzing. According to behavioral science, around 70% of communication is nonverbal. Sigmas read this language fluently. This gives them a mysterious edge. People often feel like a Sigma just gets them, which can be both fascinating and unnerving, but in truth it's not magic. It's mastery of attention, silence, and insight. It's Sigma psychology at work. So, Sigmas, now you know. The world may be loud, chaotic, and fake, but you don't have to be. Use these psychological tools, sharpen your awareness. Read people, not to control, but to understand. That's how Sigma males navigate the world with power and purpose. If you found value in this, like this video, subscribe and join this growing tribe of Sigmas. It's time to start applying these principles to your life and watch everything change. Having said this, why do certain men walk a path so uncomfortable most wouldn't dare to follow? The answer lies in the rare mindset of the Sigma male. Imagine a man who doesn't follow trends or seek attention. He doesn't crave likes, approval, or praise. Instead, he values peace over popularity and solitude over the spotlight. He's not broken or bitter. He's focused. This is the Sigma male. Often misunderstood, he operates outside the traditional social hierarchy. He's not alpha, not beta. He's something entirely different. While society rushes to fit in, the Sigma male dares to stand alone. His path is filled with solitude, self-reflection, and sometimes rejection. Why? Because his values are non-negotiable. He won't fake friendships or compromise integrity for comfort. Studies in psychology even show that individuals with Sigma-like traits high introspection, autonomy, and resilience, are often seen as unconventional yet highly adaptive. The Sigma lifestyle is quiet, disciplined, and deeply intentional. It's not for the faint of heart. But for the Sigma, it's not just a path, it's a purpose. And that purpose fuels everything he does, no matter how uncomfortable it gets. Point 1. Choosing solitude over social comfort. Sigmas, let's start with the elephant in the room, solitude. While others scramble to be seen and heard, you disappear. But not because you're shy, because your soul demands silence to grow. Solitude isn't some Instagrammable aesthetic. It's the battleground of self-mastery. Research from the University of Virginia shows that most people would rather give themselves an electric shock than be alone with their thoughts for 15 minutes. That's how deeply solitude is feared, but not by you. Choosing solitude means declining the party, skipping the small talk, and sitting face to face with your own mind. That's where the magic happens. In that space, you analyze your life, sharpen your vision, and recalibrate your path. While others look for validation in likes and followers, you find clarity in quiet. People might not get it. Why don't you reply? Why so distant? They don't realize that every moment you spend alone is an investment in power, purpose, and peace. Sigma males don't isolate to hide. They isolate to evolve. So next time someone asks why you ghost the group chat, tell them this: you're not avoiding people, you're mastering yourself. And mastery doesn't happen in the noise, it happens in the silence. Point 2, saying no without explanation. One of the most spine-chilling superpowers a Sigma male possesses is the unapologetic ability to say, without over-explaining or softening the blow. In a world obsessed with people-pleasing and social harmony, this is a radical move. But for the Sigma, it's not about rebellion. It's about clarity and control. Saying no is more than just a word, it's a boundary. Studies in psychology show that people who set clear personal boundaries tend to have higher self-esteem, better stress management, and greater life satisfaction. Sigmas understand this deeply. They don't say yes out of guilt, obligation, or fear of missing out. They say no because they understand that time and energy are non-renewable resources. And make no mistake, this doesn't make them rude or unkind. It makes them selective, strategic, purpose-driven. Of course, not everyone gets it. Some people see this behavior and assume arrogance or coldness, but the Sigma male isn't here for applause. He's here for alignment with his goals, values, and personal truth. It's not easy. It can make things awkward, but it's necessary, because every no is a yes to something greater: authenticity, freedom, and self-respect. That's why this power is so misunderstood and so dangerous. Point 3, disappearing without notice to rebuild themselves. Ever feel the need to vanish for a bit? Social media off, phone on, do not disturb. No status updates, no location check-ins. That's Sigma 101. While most people document every meal, mood, and moment, Sigma males choose silence. They disappear, not because they're hiding, but because they are evolving. It's a conscious decision to step away from the noise and focus on self-growth. In a world where constant connection is expected, this choice can make others uncomfortable. But here's the thing. Sigmas understand that true progress happens in solitude. It's not about seeking attention or approval. It's about quietly rebuilding, reflecting, and coming back stronger. When you're under construction, you don't owe anyone an explanation. The journey is personal. This absence is not a breakdown. It's a breakthrough. It's a time to recharge, gain clarity, and sharpen your focus. Instead of living for others' validation, Sigmas prioritize internal growth. The result? When they return, they do so with more value, insight, and purpose, surprising everyone around them with their transformation. So next time you need a break, embrace it. There's power in that silence. Point 4. Walking away from comfort to chase growth. Comfort zones are often seen as safe havens, places where we feel secure and in control. However, for many, they also become traps. The problem is that comfort zones, while cozy, can limit personal growth. Sigma males understand this better than anyone. They don't stay in one place just because it feels safe. They thrive on pushing past boundaries and embracing the unknown. For a Sigma male, leaving behind a stable job, A familiar environment or long-time friendships isn't a reckless decision. It's a necessary step for growth. When their soul whispers that there's more out there, they listen, even if it means walking away from everything they know. Growth, while rewarding, often involves discomfort. It requires stepping out of the familiar and taking risks. But unlike most people who resist change, Sigma males embrace it. They're not afraid of uncertainty because they value freedom over security, purpose over popularity. While others may label these decisions as reckless, Sigmas see them as alignment with their true path. They understand that true fulfillment lies in following their principles, even if it means walking alone at times. For them, the unknown is just another opportunity to thrive. Point 5. Not reacting when provoked. One of the most powerful traits of a Sigma male is their ability to in situations where most people would. Whether it's when someone disrespects you, life throws a challenge your way, or your name gets dragged through the mud, everyone expects a response. They expect fireworks, conflict, or an emotional outburst. But Sigmas, they take a different approach: silence. This doesn't mean they're weak or passive. In fact, it's the opposite. The Sigma male understands that true power lies in control, especially over one's emotions. Reacting immediately, in anger or frustration, only fuels the situation. Instead, they let their emotions serve them, not the other way around. When you choose stillness over reaction, you gain clarity. Instead of responding impulsively, you give yourself time to think and strategize. This level of control is often misunderstood, but it's a sign of strength, not weakness. The ability to stay calm under pressure allows the Sigma male to make decisions with a clear mind and act in a way that speaks louder than words. While others may burn out in the heat of the moment, the Sigma male remains steady, emerging victorious once the dust settles. Point 6. Questioning authority, even when it's risky. Sigma males don't follow blindly, and in a world that often rewards conformity, this can be a problem. They don't settle for the status quo. Instead, they ask the tough questions. Why is this the rule? Who benefits from this system? What happens if I don't comply? This mindset leads them to challenge norms, confront groupthink, and speak out when silence is expected. While this can be uncomfortable, Sigmas value truth over comfort. They're not afraid to risk being misunderstood or even punished for speaking their mind. This willingness to stand apart from the crowd is not about being rebellious for the sake of rebellion. Sigmas don't reject authority for the sake of defiance. They respect authority when it's earned and justified. However, they will never trade their autonomy for social approval. This is the core principle of the Sigma male mindset. Personal freedom and critical thinking come first. Their independence and willingness to question societal norms allow them to see the world from a unique perspective, often leading to unconventional but deeply authentic choices. In a society that often values obedience, Sigmas serve as reminders that sometimes the most valuable thing is the courage to think for oneself. Point 7. Living without needing external validation. Finally, the most uncomfortable flex of all: you don't need praise. You don't need likes. You don't need a pat on the back. Your self-worth isn't tied to claps, awards, or recognition. This is where Sigma males stand apart. In a world wired for validation, where dopamine spikes come from notifications and attention, choosing to walk silently in your purpose is radical. Psychologically, intrinsic motivation is more powerful and sustainable than extrinsic rewards. Sigma males are fueled by this internal drive. While others perform for an audience, Sigmas perform for progress. They track growth, not applause. They chase evolution, not admiration. It's uncomfortable because modern society trains us to seek approval. But freedom begins where the need for validation ends. Sigma males don't live to impress, they live to evolve. And that evolution is their reward. No claps necessary, no spotlight required, just quiet confidence and relentless self-mastery. That's the real flex, being so secure in who you are that praise becomes irrelevant. Sigmas, if these 7 uncomfortable truths resonate with you, welcome home. This path isn't for the faint of heart. It's not for those who need constant reassurance, applause, or permission. But if you're someone who chooses growth over comfort, truth over trend, and purpose over popularity, then you're exactly where you're meant to be. Keep walking that uncomfortable path. Keep choosing solitude, silence, and self-mastery, because that's where your power lives. And remember, being a Sigma isn't about being better than anyone else. It's about being authentically you. So if you haven't already, like this video, subscribe to join this growing community of powerful, purpose-driven Sigma males. Let's evolve together. Having said this, while some people may tolerate bad behavior to keep the peace, Sigma males are known for having zero tolerance for certain actions. Sigma males don't play by the rules of social pleasantries when it comes to behavior that disrespects them or others. This stems from their strong sense of self-worth and clarity about personal boundaries. Whether you're a boss, a friend, or even a stranger, your status holds no weight if you cross a line with them. For Sigma males, respect is non-negotiable. They don't tolerate manipulation, dishonesty, or disrespect, no matter who you are. They live by the principle that everyone should be treated with dignity and fairness, and if you fail to meet that standard, you won't get a pass. This strict adherence to boundaries ensures that Sigma males maintain their peace and energy, regardless of external pressures. Their ability to stand firm on these boundaries is one of the reasons Sigma males are so admirable. They don't let toxic behavior slide, which allows them to live authentically and without unnecessary drama. These independent men will cut you off without hesitation if you cross their boundaries. These are 7 things that Sigma men will never put up with. Point 1. Fake people. Sigma males have zero tolerance for fake people, and here's why. Authenticity is a core principle of their identity. Over the years, they've honed the skill of being true to themselves, which makes encountering someone who isn't genuine feel like a major red flag. It's not just about spotting inconsistency. It's about recognizing when someone wears a mask to fit in or manipulates their image to impress others. Sigma males can detect this from a distance, whether it's someone who talks one way but behaves another, or someone pretending to be something they're not. They can sense the dissonance. Why does this matter? Because fake energy is draining. Sigma males are focused on growth, self-improvement, and pursuing their purpose, and they don't have time to engage with anything that pulls them away from that path. Honesty is rare, but for Sigmas, it's a non-negotiable. When they find someone who is real and raw, they value that connection deeply. They understand that personal growth is impossible when you're not being authentic. So for Sigma males, it's all about living truthfully and embracing the raw, unfiltered version of themselves. Only then can they truly thrive and transform their lives. Point 2. Drama. Sigma males have zero tolerance for drama. If there's one thing they don't do, it's get caught up in unnecessary conflict. Drama tends to follow individuals who crave attention, the ones who stir up chaos just to feel relevant. For a Sigma male, drama is simply a distraction from what truly matters: personal growth. Sigma males are notorious for staying out of gossip circles and avoiding petty arguments. They have no need to prove themselves to others, and they definitely don't waste time entertaining nonsense. Their focus is always inward, honing their skills, building their personal empire, and cultivating inner peace. It's about maintaining a clear head and staying on a steady path toward self-improvement. Imagine being at a circus where, instead of watching clowns perform, the audience is engaged in a heated argument over who stole whose balloon. That's the kind of chaotic energy Sigma males avoid. They prefer to stay in their own lane, untouched by the drama that others find so appealing. It's this indifference to unnecessary conflict that gives Sigma males the mental clarity to succeed, both personally and professionally. Drama is a distraction, and Sigma males know better than to indulge in it. Point 3. Lack of ambition. Sigma males have little patience for people who lack ambition. Ambition is the fuel that keeps them moving forward, propelling them to achieve goals, overcome challenges, and redefine success on their own terms. It's an essential characteristic that separates those who dream from those who act. For a Sigma male, ambition isn't just a desire. It's a constant drive to improve and achieve more. They're drawn to others who share this quality, who are actively pursuing their goals with determination and focus. If you're content with mediocrity or waiting for success to come to you, a Sigma will quickly lose interest. The reality is, success doesn't come to those who wait. It favors those who hustle and make things happen. Sigma males are independent, and they never settle for less than they believe they deserve. They understand that every step forward, no matter how difficult, is part of the journey toward success. If you want a Sigma male to respect you, show them that you're actively chasing your dreams and working hard to make them a reality. They admire the hunger for success, not the willingness to settle. Point 4. Disrespect for boundaries. Sigma males have a deep understanding of the importance of personal boundaries, whether physical, emotional, or mental. Boundaries aren't just about keeping others at arm's length. They are a way to safeguard our well-being and sense of peace. When someone crosses those lines, it's more than just a mild annoyance. It's a red flag. Sigma males are known for their independence and inner peace. We've worked hard to build a life that aligns with our values, and we don't tolerate anything or anyone that threatens that. Whether it's a pushy friend who constantly demands attention, an intrusive family member who won't respect your space, or a coworker who thinks their time is more important than yours, we draw a clear line. For a Sigma male, boundaries aren't negotiable. It's like being interrupted at 2 a.m. by a knock on your door and someone offering you a pizza you didn't order. It's not just inconvenient, it's disrespectful. In those moments, we won't hesitate to say, "That's enough." We understand that maintaining personal space is essential for mental and emotional health. We protect it fiercely, because once you lose your peace, you lose your power. Point 5. Shallow relationships. Sigma males have zero tolerance for shallow relationships. For them, depth is everything. They don't waste time on superficial connections that serve no real purpose. Whether it's a romantic, platonic, or professional relationship, a Sigma male looks for substance. If a connection doesn't bring growth, value, or genuine fulfillment, it simply isn't worth their energy. Sigmas are drawn to people who can engage them intellectually, emotionally, and spiritually. They thrive in relationships where meaningful conversations happen. A Sigma male values challenging discussions that stimulate personal growth and push boundaries. They prefer to surround themselves with individuals who encourage them to evolve, rather than those who only seek to fill the silence. In the world of Sigma males, quality trumps quantity. They understand that having a small, tight-knit inner circle of trusted, like-minded individuals is far more valuable than knowing a large number of people. It's the depth of connections that matters, not the number of acquaintances. For a Sigma, the people they choose to let into their lives should inspire growth, offer wisdom, and push them to become better versions of themselves. Depth, not superficiality, is the true measure of a fulfilling relationship. Point 6. Complacency. Sigma males have an intense drive and a deep resistance to complacency. For them, complacency is the silent killer of progress. Unlike others who may settle into a comfort zone, Sigma males are constantly driven by ambition and a desire for personal growth. Whether it's in their career, health, or self-development, they are never satisfied with the status quo. Complacency is when people accept their current situation as good enough. This mindset is foreign to Sigma males, who thrive on pushing boundaries and reaching for higher goals. They understand that staying stagnant is essentially falling behind in the race of life. For Sigma males, growth is not optional, it's a daily pursuit. They aim for continuous improvement, whether it's learning a new skill, improving their physical health, or taking on new challenges. Perfection isn't the goal. Progress is. It's the drive to constantly evolve that sets them apart. If you're not growing, you're not living to your full potential. Point 7. Lack of respect for self-improvement. Sigma males have zero tolerance for those who neglect self-improvement because they understand the importance of constant growth in all areas of life. Whether it's mentally, emotionally, or physically, a Sigma male knows that if they're not improving each day, they're falling behind. Growth is seen as a personal responsibility, and it's non-negotiable. They understand that life isn't about staying stagnant. It's about continually pushing beyond their comfort zones. This drive for self-improvement isn't just about gaining knowledge. It's about developing skills and seeking out experiences that challenge them to grow in new ways. Investing in oneself is a key principle for a Sigma male because it creates the foundation for future success. Sigma males know that the actions taken today shape the future. By consistently making the effort to evolve, they ensure that tomorrow will be a better version of themselves. This commitment to personal growth leads them to avoid those who don't share the same mentality. For a Sigma male, connecting with someone who refuses to take responsibility for their own self-improvement is simply unappealing, as it goes against their core values of progress and growth. So there you have it, Sigmas. 7 things we simply won't tolerate. Living the Sigma life is about being true to yourself, staying focused, and not letting anyone or anything distract you from your goals. And if you can relate to these, then you're already on the right path. If this video resonated with you, then you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like this video so you can join the Sigma community. Remember, the more you apply these qualities in your own life, the more you'll stand out from the crowd. Having said this, keep thriving, keep growing, and live your best Sigma life. Hello, Sigmas. The idea that Sigma males are autonomous, intelligent, and mysterious has been discussed a lot, but did you realize that there are specific things that only these individuals truly enjoy? These unique preferences aren't just quirks. They're part of what sets Sigmas apart from the crowd and often leaves people scratching their heads. While beta males are drawn to comfort zones and alpha males chase status and attention, Sigma males walk a different path entirely. They value experiences and habits that stimulate their mind, protect their peace, and deepen their self-awareness. From late-night walks alone to silent reflection in crowded places, Sigma males are all about depth over display. Research in personality psychology shows that introverted, intuitive individuals, traits often found in Sigma personalities, derive satisfaction from introspective and unconventional experiences. These behaviors may appear odd to the average person, but for Sigmas, they're energizing and deeply fulfilling. So if you've ever been told your habits are weird, don't worry. You might just be a Sigma. Let's dive into 11 peculiar activities that only these mysterious men genuinely find enjoyable. Point 1. Silent mornings over loud alarms. Sigmas don't wake up to chaos. They craft their mornings with the same precision they bring to their lives, silent, focused, and intentional. While most people are hitting the snooze button for the 5th time and scrambling to beat the clock, a Sigma male is already up, centered, and in control. Science backs this up. Studies show that early risers tend to be more proactive and have better mental health. But for a Sigma, it's more than productivity. It's about peace. A Sigma starts his day with rituals that ground him, perhaps a quiet stretch, a strong cup of black coffee, or a few moments of deep reflection. That silence isn't just quiet time, it's a launch pad for clarity and purpose. Mornings set the tone, and for Sigmas, that tone is calm confidence. It's not about avoiding the world, it's about mastering it, one deliberate breath at a time. Point 2. Long solo walks with no destination. Most people hate walking without a destination. They need a reason, a goal, a finish line, but not the Sigma male. To him, wandering isn't a waste of time. It's a silent strategy. When he walks aimlessly, his mind becomes a canvas where ideas paint themselves freely. Neuroscience backs this up. Walking, especially in nature, activates the brain's default mode network, the system responsible for creative problem-solving and introspection. While society glorifies constant motion and measurable results, the Sigma embraces the opposite. He understands that peace without purpose is not laziness, it's clarity. Great thinkers like Steve Jobs and Nietzsche were known for their long walks, using them as mental reset buttons. For the Sigma, these quiet strolls aren't about getting somewhere. They're about becoming someone. So while the world rushes to do more, he strolls to think deeper, recharge fully, and return stronger. Wandering is his quiet rebellion, and his secret weapon. Point 3. Deep conversations over small talk. So how's the weather? That's the moment a Sigma male mentally checks out. It's not arrogance, it's wiring. The Sigma mind isn't built for surface-level chatter. It's designed for depth, for intensity. Studies in psychology suggest that introverted intuitive types like Sigma males crave meaningful conversation because it stimulates their introspective and analytical nature. While others may thrive on casual dialogue, the Sigma male seeks the behind everything. Ask him about mortality, the cosmos, or the psychology of human behavior, and watch his eyes light up. At 3 a.m., while the world sleeps, he's awake contemplating life's biggest questions. Small talk feels like eating dry toast when he knows there's a full-course philosophical meal waiting to be served. Shallow waters offer no challenge, and a Sigma? He's not afraid to dive into the unknown, where ideas roam freely and conversations actually matter. Point 4. Creating over competing. Sigma males aren't in competition with others. They're in creation mode. While alpha males often strive for dominance, chasing recognition and battling for the spotlight, Sigma males quietly step away from the noise. They're not trying to win a race someone else designed. Instead, they focus on building something meaningful on their own terms. It's not about proving superiority, it's about crafting value. Psychologically, this aligns with high levels of and traits often associated with Sigma personalities. These men may vanish for months, but during that time they're not idle. They're learning new skills, writing books, launching businesses, or creating solutions that shake up the status quo. When they return, they don't talk about what they've been doing. They show you. That's their real power. The Sigma male's path isn't about applause, it's about impact. While others compete, he creates. And that's what makes him unforgettable. Point 5. Old books with yellow pages. While the world scrolls TikTok, the Sigma scrolls the worn-out pages of a 1972 philosophy book. Why? Because wisdom isn't found in 10-second dopamine hits. It's found in ideas that have endured centuries. Think Marcus Aurelius, Nietzsche, or Alan Watts, minds that still challenge us today. To the Sigma, this isn't about nostalgia. It's mental fuel. He doesn't chase trends, he chases timeless truths. Unlike fast-consumed content, classic philosophy trains the mind to think deeply, question boldly, and live intentionally. For him, knowledge isn't fast food, it's a slow-cooked feast for the soul, and he savors every bite, even if the world doesn't. Point 6. Mystery over fame. Fame? Nah. Validation? Nope. Sigma males thrive in the shadows, not the spotlight. Their allure lies in mystery, the power of being unreadable. This ambiguity sparks curiosity in others, drawing attention without trying. Psychologists call this the pratfall effect, where imperfection or unpredictability boosts intrigue. Unlike alpha males who crave recognition, Sigmas find power in autonomy. They're not antisocial, they're selectively social, no labels, no need for applause. By avoiding the noise of validation, they gain clarity, freedom, and authenticity. It's not about being known, it's about being real, living on their terms, and letting the world wonder what's behind the curtain. Point 7. Observing instead of participating. At parties, the Sigma male isn't the loudest in the room, he's the most observant. While others dance or dominate conversations, he stays on the sidelines, quietly analyzing the scene. He's not antisocial, he's a strategist. Studies in social psychology show that highly observant individuals often pick up on subtle cues, body language, tone shifts, micro-expressions that others overlook. The Sigma uses this awareness to understand group dynamics and human behavior deeply. He notices who's authentic, who's pretending, and who's watching whom. While others perform, he gathers insight. He's not there to impress, he's there to understand, calculate, and sometimes outmaneuver. Point 8. Building mental fortresses. A Sigma doesn't just want peace, His mind is his fortress, not easily shaken by chaos or noise. Through practices like meditation, which studies show can lower stress and enhance focus, he sharpens his inner clarity. Self-discipline becomes his daily armor, shaping habits that serve, not sabotage. Reflection isn't a pastime, it's a ritual for growth. While the world seeks escape, the Sigma male dives inward, turning solitude into a sanctuary. Mental resilience is his spa day, a place where discomfort is embraced and mastery is forged. For him, true power begins where external distractions end and inner order begins. Point 9. The challenge of being misunderstood. Most people fear being misunderstood because it threatens their sense of belonging, but the Sigma male thrives on it. He doesn't crave validation, he craves authenticity. When others don't get him, it doesn't shake his confidence, it strengthens it. That misunderstanding becomes proof he's thinking independently, not following the herd. Psychologists call this positive deviance, acting differently in a way that leads to better outcomes. While others conform, the Sigma refines his unique vision. He lives on a higher frequency, tuned to purpose and not popularity. So if he's misunderstood, good. It means he's not average, and never will be. Point 10. Mastery of one, not jack of all. In a world that praises juggling 5 tasks at once, Sigma males stand out by doing the exact opposite. They master one. Neuroscience backs them up. Studies show that deep focus boosts productivity, memory, and skill retention far more than multitasking ever could. Whether it's mastering Brazilian jiu-jitsu, composing music, or perfecting code, the Sigma male isn't scattered, he's surgical. This laser-sharp focus leads to real expertise, not just surface-level knowledge. While the world flips between trends, he commits. He's not interested in being average at many things. He's determined to be exceptional at one. That's not just different, it's powerful. Point 11. Being alone without feeling lonely. This is the ultimate Sigma signature. Solitude doesn't scare him, it fuels him. It's where he plans, heals, learns, and levels up. Being alone isn't his weakness, it's his superpower. Studies in psychology show that intentional solitude boosts creativity, self-awareness, and emotional resilience. While many seek validation in crowds, the Sigma male thrives in his own company. He uses quiet moments to sharpen his mind, reflect on his goals, and master his emotions. Solitude becomes his strategic weapon. Where others feel lost without social interaction, the Sigma finds clarity. This isn't isolation, it's evolution. Alone, he doesn't fade. He rises stronger, smarter, and more unstoppable. Sigmas, in a world that pressures you to conform, these uncommon preferences aren't flaws, they're signs of your rare wiring. You don't need to explain why you like what you like. Your silence is louder than noise. Your solitude is more crowded than some parties. And your vision? It's rooted, not reactive. These 11 uncommon likes are more than just habits. They're symbols of a mindset that refuses to be molded by society. You weren't built to follow the crowd. You were built to build something the crowd will one day follow. So own it, embrace it, live it. The world doesn't need more noise, it needs more Sigmas. Sigmas, if this video resonated with you, don't just scroll past. Like this video, subscribe, and join this growing community of men who live by purpose, not popularity. Let's keep building, growing, and standing firm in who we are. Apply these Sigma traits to your life, not to impress, but to impact. Having said this, here's the thing, Sigmas. You become unstoppable the moment you stop trying to fit in. Society wants everyone to follow the rules, blend in, and seek approval. But you've always taken your own path. You've felt it, not in a way that makes you better, but in a way that you're self-sufficient. You don't waste energy pretending to be someone you're not. Because of that, people often misunderstand you. They might call you intimidating or distant, but here's the truth. Your odd behaviors are your power. They prove you're living life on your own terms. You observe rather than speak to fill silence. You retreat when the energy feels off. You recharge and return when you're ready. That's not weakness, it's power. People will misread you. Let them. They'll underestimate you. Let them. Your strength isn't in being understood, it's in staying untamed, unpredictable, and real. Today, we're diving into 11 unique traits all Sigma males share. Not to fix them, but to celebrate them. If any of these resonate with you, know this: you're not flawed. You thrive of how you're built. Let's jump in. Number 1, they vanish without warning, and love it. Sigmas have a unique trait that sets them apart: the ability to strategically disappear. 1 minute they're in the room engaging with everyone, and the next, they're nowhere to be found. No drama, no goodbye speeches, just a quiet exit. Why? Because Sigmas don't engage in social interactions just to fill space. Their time and energy are like premium fuel, used intentionally, not wasted on meaningless small talk. Psychologists often refer to this behavior as a form of social self-regulation. While extroverts recharge through interaction, Sigmas refuel in solitude. This isn't avoidance, it's maintenance. Their disappearance is less about detachment and more about preserving mental clarity. Think of them like Batman. When the mission is over and there's nothing urgent, he disappears into the night. But the moment he's needed, he returns, sharper, stronger, and more focused. Sigmas operate the same way. Their power lies in knowing when to step back and when to rise. Number 2, they talk to themselves a lot. Okay, admit it. You've caught yourself talking in the mirror like you're giving a TED talk to an audience of invisible billionaires. That's Sigma energy. It's not craziness, it's clarity. Talking to yourself has actually been studied in psychology and is linked to improved problem solving and cognitive control. Sigmas do this naturally. Why? Because they're introspective and independent thinkers. While others might poll their friends for advice, Sigmas hold internal debates. This isn't just pep talk, it's self-coaching. They challenge their ideas, run through scenarios, and rehearse for future battles. It sharpens their thoughts and builds self-awareness. According to research, self-directed speech can enhance focus and performance, especially during complex tasks. So that mirror TED talk? It's not weird, it's a mental strategy. It's like hosting a mastermind meeting in your own head. Just one seat, one voice, and one powerful mind that doesn't need the noise of the world to find direction. Number 3, they hate being told what to do, even by themselves. Instructions, guidelines, deadlines, Sigmas hear them and immediately start negotiating with reality. It's not rebellion, it's autonomy. Sigmas aren't wired to blindly follow the status quo. Instead, they question systems, seek deeper logic, and often improve what already exists. Psychologists might call this trait high cognitive flexibility, the ability to adapt and reshape rules rather than conform. Even when Sigmas create their own rules, they'll test them, refine them, and evolve. They don't resist structure, they resist limitation. Like that guy who ignores the recipe and still nails the flavor. That's Sigma creativity in action, self-led, unboxed, and quietly brilliant. Number 4, they study people like scientists. While everyone's busy chatting, the Sigma is in observation mode, quiet, calculating, curious. Sigmas are naturally perceptive and tend to exhibit high levels of emotional intelligence and situational awareness. They notice subtle cues, like an eye twitch when someone lies, a nervous laugh before a fake compliment, or a sudden tone shift when jealousy creeps in. To a Sigma, every room becomes a lab, and every person is a case study. They aren't judging, they're decoding. This psychological sharpness is rooted in their introverted, analytical nature. It gives them a social advantage, allowing them to anticipate motives and protect themselves. That's why they rarely get played. They see the game before it begins. Number 5, they're obsessed with systems and patterns. Sigmas have a natural inclination toward understanding systems and how they function. Whether it's mastering time management, reading body language, or deciphering the psychology behind algorithms, they thrive on learning the mechanics of everything around them. This desire to understand allows them to identify leverage points in any situation. Life to them is a game of strategy, and they always aim to win. Sigmas don't just passively absorb information, they actively optimize it. When faced with a complex problem, they don't panic. Instead, they view it as a challenge to be solved, embracing the opportunity to apply their sharp problem-solving skills. Number 6, they're low-key perfectionists, but in weird areas. A Sigma male may leave their room looking like a disaster zone, but their Google Drive is a different story, meticulously organized. Why? Because Sigmas prioritize perfection where it counts, their passions. They don't mind being labeled messy or intense. What matters to them is control over the things they care about most. Whether it's a project, research, or personal goals, they approach it with obsessive attention to detail. This isn't a case of OCD, it's purpose-driven perfectionism. Sigmas have a focused mindset, channeling their energy into areas that align with their values, ensuring every task they tackle is executed with precision. Number 7, they practice micro-disappearing in conversations. Ever talk to a Sigma and notice they suddenly zone out? It's not boredom, it's their brain shifting into side quest mode. Sigmas are exceptional at mentally multitasking. While engaged in a conversation, they absorb information rapidly, and once they have what they need, Their mind starts strategizing their next steps, often visualizing future moves. This ability to mentally work on multiple things at once isn't rude. It's simply how their brain is wired. It's like optimizing time in real time, processing information while staying engaged and productive. For Sigmas, efficiency isn't just a goal, it's second nature. Number 8, they're attracted to chaos, but they don't cause it. Sigma males have a unique fascination with dysfunction, but not in a way that encourages participation. Instead, they seek to understand it. For example, they might walk into a toxic workplace and quietly observe the power dynamics at play, or date someone complicated just to explore emotional depth. It's as if they have a PhD in human behavior, always looking for opportunities for field work. However, this curiosity isn't reckless. Sigma males don't create chaos. They simply watch how others react in tense situations, using these insights to further understand the complexities of human interactions without getting personally involved. Number 9, they mentally time travel. Sigmas possess a unique mental ability to live in 3 time zones simultaneously. One part of their mind analyzes the past, reflecting on lessons learned and experiences. Another part is dedicated to building the future, crafting strategies and long-term goals. The last part is fully immersed in the present, observing the world with fresh eyes, almost like an alien just discovering Earth. This ability to jump between timelines makes them incredibly reflective and visionary. While others may be fixated on immediate concerns, Sigmas are already years ahead, planning with the precision of a CEO and dreaming with the creativity of a poet. Number 10, they don't just listen to music, they absorb it. Music hits Sigmas differently. It's not just background noise, it's fuel. Sigmas often find themselves replaying a song over and over because one lyric taps into a thought process they can't shake. That lyric becomes the key to a deeper, introspective journey, sparking new ideas, inspiration, or reflection. Music for them is not mere entertainment. It's a form of meditation, motivation, memory, and mission, all woven into a single melody. Sigmas curate playlists you've likely never heard of. These tracks speak to the soul, resonating with those who understand the power of solitude and the creative drive it ignites. Number 11, they don't want to be understood, they want to be respected. The core of the Sigma essence lies in their refusal to chase acceptance. Unlike others, they don't seek to be liked for who they're pretending to be. Instead, they prioritize respect for who they truly are. Sigmas value authenticity over conformity, even if it means being misunderstood. While many compromise their true selves to fit into societal molds, Sigmas take pride in their individuality. They are not afraid to stand apart, and in doing so, they become magnetic. The irony here is profound. The more they embrace what makes them different, the more others are drawn to them. This attraction is not based on superficial traits, but on the confidence that comes from being unapologetically authentic. In a world where fitting in is often the goal, Sigmas teach us a powerful lesson. Freedom comes from self-acceptance, and true influence is born from being the person you were always meant to be, no matter how misunderstood that may be. Sigmas, what people call weird, is often just misunderstood brilliance. Each of these habits, they're not flaws. They're features of a mind that operates outside the matrix. You weren't built to fit in. You were designed to stand out, to observe, to think deeper, to move smarter. So own your quirks, honor your solitude, trust your instincts. Because in a world full of noise, the quietest man is often the one with the loudest impact. Having said this, if you saw yourself in even one of these weird Sigma habits, then congratulations. You're part of a rare brotherhood. Make sure you subscribe, like this video, and join the Sigma community. Not to follow a trend, but to live intentionally, powerfully, and unapologetically. Stay sharp, Sigmas. Ever seen a calm storm suddenly erupt? When a Sigma male gets angry, it's not loud, it's not chaotic, but it's unforgettable. And oh yes, people regret it. What happens when the quietest man in the room finally reaches his limit? Let me tell you a story about Marcus, a Sigma. The type who walks into a room and everyone senses something different about him. Not loud, not flashy, just present. People would talk behind his back, throw subtle jabs, and test his patience like poking a lion in slumber. Until one day he snapped, but not in the way anyone expected. He didn't scream. He didn't throw things. Instead, he walked away, and everything crumbled around him. Jobs were lost, connections severed, and reputations ruined, all because they underestimated the one man who never played by their rules. See, when a Sigma male gets angry, he doesn't throw tantrums, he throws off shackles, and when that happens, people regret ever pushing him. In this video, we're diving deep into the mind of the Sigma male when he's angry. We'll uncover what really happens, why it's so impactful, and why those around him often end up regretting their choices. You're about to learn why you should never mistake silence for weakness, so buckle up, Sigmas, because this one's going to be a powerful ride. Number 1. Sigma's temperament, the calm before the storm. Sigma males are calm by nature. They've mastered emotional control. Unlike alphas who assert dominance or betas who seek validation, Sigmas remain centered, self-reliant, observant, and composed. But here's the twist: they feel deeply. The difference is, they've trained themselves not to react on impulse. Psychologically speaking, this is a form of emotional regulation, a skill often linked to high emotional intelligence. Studies show that individuals who practice emotional regulation are better at managing stress and making clear decisions under pressure. That's what sets Sigma males apart. They don't explode when provoked. They assess, reflect, and respond only when necessary. Their anger isn't a loud outburst. It's more like a pressure cooker, quiet, steady, and intensely focused. When pushed too far, that built-up energy doesn't come out as rage but as decisive action. Like still water turning into a tsunami, it's swift, powerful, and leaves an impact. Sigmas choose silence over shouting not out of weakness, but because they understand the power of restraint. Their calm demeanor is a choice, not a flaw. So never mistake their peace for passivity. It's often the calm before the storm, and when that storm comes, it's not noise, it's precision. Number 2. Sigma males hate drama, but they remember everything. Sigmas hate unnecessary drama. They avoid petty gossip, pointless arguments, and unnecessary conflict. But this isn't about fear or weakness, it's about precision. Sigmas are incredibly selective with their energy. They don't waste time on things that offer no value or growth. Their mindset is rooted in logic, emotional control, and long-term strategy. However, don't mistake their calm exterior for obliviousness. When someone disrespects a Sigma male, he doesn't blow up or create a scene. Instead, he mentally logs the event like a strategist noting his opponent's move. Psychology even supports this kind of behavior. Individuals with high emotional intelligence are known to process conflict internally and respond only when it's productive. So while others are busy reacting, Sigmas are. Every insult, every betrayal, every fake smile, they remember it all. And when the moment is right, they respond with precision, not emotion. Think of it like this. You're playing chess with someone who already knows how you'll move 5 turns from now. You're caught up in emotional drama. He's already seeing checkmate. That's the Sigma advantage. Quiet observation, strategic memory, and response only when it truly matters. It's not revenge. It's wisdom with teeth. Number 3. When a Sigma gets angry, he cuts you off permanently. One of the most brutal and effective Sigma male responses to anger is ghosting. It's not about immaturity or emotional manipulation, it's about boundaries. Sigma males value their peace so deeply that when they're disrespected, they don't argue, they vanish. No closure, no explanation, no drama, just gone. And that silence? That's their message. Psychologists say silence is one of the most powerful forms of communication, often triggering a deeper emotional response than confrontation. Sigmas use this to their advantage. They don't waste energy explaining themselves to those who never truly listened. This isn't about cruelty. It's about self-respect. Sigmas know their worth and refuse to stay where they're not valued. Ghosting becomes a final act of self-preservation, a way to reclaim their time, dignity, and emotional freedom. Their silence says, and in a world addicted to noise, that silence speaks volumes. Number 4. They don't seek revenge. They let karma handle it while leveling up. Sigma males don't waste time plotting revenge like a scene out of a Hollywood movie. They understand that true power lies in transformation, not retaliation. While others drown in bitterness, Sigmas focus on getting better. They convert emotional setbacks into rocket fuel, learning new skills, setting bold goals, and building a life that speaks louder than any comeback ever could. Psychologically, this aligns with post-traumatic growth, a concept where adversity becomes the catalyst for self-improvement. Instead of revenge, Sigmas let karma handle justice, because they know the universe always balances itself out. And here's the twist. Nothing unsettles their enemies more than watching them thrive in silence. No confrontation, no drama, just quiet evolution. Sigma males don't compete with others. They outgrow who they were yesterday. That's not just maturity, that's mastery. Motivational note. Growth is the ultimate clapback. Your success is your story, and it doesn't need a villain. Number 5. Sigma anger is strategic, not spiteful. Here's what makes a Sigma male stand out. Their anger is intelligent. Unlike others who react impulsively, a Sigma male takes time to process. When faced with a challenging situation, they don't lash out. Instead, they step back, analyze their emotions, and assess the scenario. They consider their options carefully, weighing the consequences before making any decisions. Their goal is not to cause chaos, but to restore balance and order in their life. This calm, calculated approach might lead to tough decisions, such as ending a friendship, quitting a job, or even distancing themselves from family. While it may seem cold to others, for the Sigma, it's often necessary. They don't waste energy on futile drama. Instead of flipping over the table in frustration, they simply walk away and build their own space, one that aligns with their values and allows them to thrive in peace. Number 6. Sigmas use anger as a sign to change direction. To most people, anger is simply an emotion, something that rises in response to frustration or conflict. But for a Sigma, anger serves as a signal, not a reaction. When a Sigma experiences anger, they don't seek revenge or act impulsively. Instead, they pause and reflect. What boundary was crossed? What needs to change? This introspection allows them to identify the root cause of their frustration and take action. For Sigmas, anger becomes a powerful tool for transformation. Rather than allowing it to fester, they use it as a catalyst for change. Whether it's switching careers, distancing themselves from toxic individuals, or even relocating to a new environment, they leverage their anger to make positive adjustments. So Sigmas, when anger arises, don't let it destroy. Let it propel you toward growth, helping you reshape your life in meaningful ways. Number 7. When a Sigma speaks in anger, everyone listens. Sigmas are known for their calm, composed nature, and this extends to how they communicate. Unlike others who may resort to raising their voices to assert themselves, Sigmas rarely need to raise the volume of their speech. When they do speak, it's deliberate and intentional. Their words are chosen carefully and delivered with precision. This quiet yet powerful form of communication comes from a deep sense of self-awareness and confidence. Sigmas understand that volume doesn't equate to strength. The strength lies in the substance and impact of their words. Their honesty, clarity, and wisdom make their speech meaningful. Those who hear a Sigma speak often feel the weight of their words because they are rare and impactful. This ability to communicate effectively without needing to shout makes Sigmas not only intriguing, but also respected by those around them. Truth, it turns out, speaks louder than volume ever could. Number 8. Sigma males aren't vindictive, they're visionary. Anger doesn't transform a Sigma male into a villain, it reveals the visionary within him. While others might get lost in the desire for revenge, a Sigma focuses on building a better future. Rather than asking, "How can I hurt them?" he turns inward and asks, "How can I upgrade my life?" He uses pain as fuel, transforming frustration into purpose and anger into ambition. This shift in mindset is what makes Sigma males uniquely powerful. Instead of being consumed by negative emotions, they channel those feelings into personal growth. They don't let adversity define them. They use it as a stepping stone to elevate themselves. So if you're feeling angry, it might just be the universe's way of signaling your greatest breakthrough. The Sigma doesn't let anger control him. He controls it. using it as a catalyst for the life he's destined to create. So Sigmas, next time anger comes knocking, don't suppress it. Don't explode either. Transcend it, use it, learn from it, build with it. Let it guide you to the next level, not out of spite but out of strength. Because the world needs more men who don't just react, but respond. Men who turn pain into progress, anger into advancement, silence into strength. Men like you. Having said this, Sigmas, if you found value in this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Join this community of unstoppable minds who don't follow the crowd. They lead with purpose. And remember, apply the Sigma qualities to your life. Not just to be different, but to live with intention, clarity, and quiet power. Until next time, Sigmas, stay sharp, stay focused, and stay true. They call him cold, distant, different. But the truth is, he's free. Ever wonder why the Sigma male doesn't flinch under society's microscope? Picture this. You're at a loud party. Everyone's glued to their phones, chasing validation with likes, showing off, and trying to fit in. But in the corner, there's a guy sipping water, observing quietly. Doesn't care to impress, doesn't need to. That's the Sigma male. Social pressure doesn't affect him because he's not playing the same game. Unlike others who crave approval, Sigmas operate outside the traditional social hierarchy. They don't follow trends or seek attention. They've mastered the art of living authentically. Why? Because Sigmas value independence. Their strength lies in being self-reliant and self-aware, so they're not swayed by external validation. They focus on their goals, self-improvement, and personal freedom, which gives them a deep sense of confidence. They don't care about the superficial opinions others cling to. Today we're diving into why social pressure has no hold on Sigma males, exploring their mindset, lifestyle, and the powerful way they live life on their terms. Point 1. Sigmas play by their own rules. Here's the deal. While the world is out here following trends and chasing likes, Sigma males are outliers. They're crafting their own codes, living by their own rules. They're not impressed by flashy fads or the latest TikTok routine that claims waking up at 5 a.m. guarantees success. Sigmas know better. They observe, analyze, and decide. Why? Because being influenced is and Sigmas consistently choose freedom over fitting in. This isn't some teenage rebellion, it's strategic independence. Studies in social psychology show that individuals who resist conformity tend to exhibit higher levels of self-esteem and internal motivation. That's the Sigma way. They've seen how trend chasing turns people into puppets, constantly adjusting who they are just to stay accepted. Sigmas cut those strings long ago. They're not out to impress, they're out to evolve. And if society labels them weird or antisocial, even better. That means they're walking their own path. In a world full of copies, Sigmas stay rare, and that rarity is exactly what makes them powerful. Point 2. Sigmas prioritize inner peace over outer approval. You know what social pressure feeds on? Insecurity, the craving to be liked, followed, validated. Most people fall into the trap, constantly measuring their worth by how others perceive them. But Sigmas? They flip the script. Sigmas understand a fundamental truth. Peace isn't external. It's not found in likes, trends, or fake applause. It comes from knowing who you are, owning your path, and refusing to shrink just to fit in. Psychologists call this internal locus of control, the belief that your life is shaped by your actions, not the opinions of others. While the average person posts for approval, the Sigma male journals for growth. He reflects, reads, meditates, and sharpens his mind in silence. His validation doesn't come from comments, it comes from self-mastery. This inner grounding makes Sigmas unshakable. Social pressure can't move a man who's not looking to impress. That calm confidence, it's not loud, it's powerful. And the truth is, once you stop chasing validation, you start attracting respect. That's the Sigma way. Peace over popularity, purpose over applause. Point 3. Sigmas know that silence is a superpower. While most people fear silence, rushing to fill gaps with gossip, noise, and nonsense, Sigma males lean into it. But here's the truth. Silence isn't emptiness, it's clarity. And science backs this up. Studies show that just 2 minutes of silence can lower blood pressure and reduce cortisol levels, your stress hormone. For sigmas, silence is their superpower. It's the space where they reflect, analyze, and strategize. They don't speak just to be heard. When they talk, it's with intention, purposeful, powerful, and precise. This is why social pressure doesn't faze them. When the world gets loud, when people panic, overshare, or perform for attention, sigmas go inward. They don't chase the noise, they master the pause, and in that quiet they find clarity most people miss. Silence helps them detach from emotional chaos, making them harder to manipulate. Because when you're not afraid of your own thoughts, when you can sit with yourself without distraction, the world loses its grip on you. So the next time things get loud, remember, the real power isn't in the noise, it's in the silence. Point 4. Sigmas value purpose over popularity. Let's be real, popularity is overrated. It's a fleeting illusion. One moment you're in and the next you're forgotten, but purpose? Purpose is eternal. Sigmas don't care about being the most liked. They care about being the most aligned with their goals. Whether it's building a business, writing a book, or mastering a skill, sigmas invest in what truly matters to them. And if that makes them unpopular, so be it. While others chase clout, sigmas chase legacy. They understand that lasting impact comes from staying true to oneself, not from seeking approval. Legacy endures, and that's what counts. Point 5. Sigmas don't seek permission, they act. Society often tells us to wait our turn, to follow the prescribed steps and timelines, but sigma males take a different approach. They don't wait for approval or validation from others. Instead, they act on their own instincts and goals, choosing to move forward without seeking permission. They build their dreams quietly, without the need for applause or recognition. This autonomy allows them to remain immune to external pressures, as they've already granted themselves permission to live life on their terms. It's this rare trait, self-authorization, that sets sigma males apart. They embody confidence and independence, creating their own path and showing the world that true power comes from within. Point 6. Sigmas embrace being alone, not lonely. Here's a truth bomb. Sigmas aren't scared of being alone. They actually thrive in solitude. While many people seek the energy of a crowd to feel alive, sigmas recharge by stepping away from the noise. They understand that solitude is a space for growth, reflection, and self-discovery. It's not about loneliness for them. It's about focus and clarity. In those quiet moments, sigmas learn, train, and develop skills that set them apart. Greatness isn't born in the chaos of the crowd. It's forged in the stillness. Solitude is where sigmas hone their unique qualities, gain new insights, and become the strong, independent individuals they are. Embrace the quiet. It's where real transformation happens. Point 7. Sigmas think long-term, not trend-term. Trends may be tempting, offering quick fame and instant clout, but sigma males don't fall for the hype. Instead of hopping on the latest fad, they focus on long-term success. Sigmas are pattern observers. They can analyze current events and predict future outcomes. They avoid impulsive decisions and instead make moves that will pay off in the future. This ability to think beyond the moment is why they stay grounded and never chase fleeting trends. They're strategic, and every action they take is part of a bigger picture. Unlike others who rely on short-term fame, sigmas build lasting success, one calculated step at a time, brick by brick, creating a strong foundation for their empires. Point 8. Sigmas understand social currency and don't buy in. Social currency is the modern equivalent of wealth, where likes, followers, and clout are the currencies. It's all about the economy of attention, where everyone is vying for validation. However, most people are broke in this economy. They're constantly spending their energy on gaining approval, often at the cost of their true selves. Sigmas, on the other hand, choose to save their energy. They understand that attention isn't worth the cost of authenticity. Instead of flexing or seeking validation, they simply flow with who they are. The irony? Their refusal to conform and play the game of external validation makes them incredibly magnetic. It's their authenticity that draws others in. Point 9. Sigmas stay true, even when it's hard. Conformity is a comfortable path. It's easy to blend in, follow trends, and seek approval. But authenticity, that takes courage. Sigma males understand this deeply. They prioritize truth over popularity, even if it means standing alone. They refuse to shrink themselves to fit societal expectations, instead expanding into their true selves. Those who can't accept this authenticity, they can walk away. Sigmas know that you can't impress everyone while staying true to yourself, and they've embraced that. By choosing authenticity over validation, they tap into a powerful force, one that comes from within. This self-awareness is what allows them to live life on their own terms, without compromise. And in this power, they thrive. Point 10. Sigmas redefine success for themselves. Society often pushes the idea that success is defined by wealth, fame, and a large following. But for Sigmas, success is about internal growth and peace. Sigmas focus on finding purpose and becoming better versions of themselves, rather than chasing external validation. Their definition of success is personal and unique. It could be as simple as building a cabin in the woods to find solitude, mastering a skill like chess, or raising a child with values like integrity. This approach eliminates the pressure of competing with others. Since they're not trying to keep up with societal standards or benchmarks, they can create their own path, grounded in fulfillment and authenticity. For Sigmas, success isn't a race, it's a journey towards personal mastery and peace, where external achievements are secondary to inner contentment and purpose. Social pressure only works on those who need the crowd. But Sigmas, they walk alone, not because they have to, but because they choose to. They've mastered the art of silent power. They don't flex, they focus. They don't chase trends, they chase truth. And in doing so, they live on a frequency few can hear, but all can feel. Sigmas, if this hit home like this video, subscribe and join this tribe of powerful minds. Let's build a community of thinkers, not followers, of leaders, not seekers. You don't have to fit in to stand tall. You just have to stand firm. Having said this, greetings, Sigmas. If people either envy you or misunderstand you, you might be a Sigma male. Ever walk into a room and feel like you don't need to say a word, but somehow all eyes are on you? Imagine this. A man walks into a cafe, no entourage, no flashy suit, no loud greetings, just a calm presence. He sits in a corner, pulls out a notebook, and starts writing. Within minutes, people are stealing glances. Some are curious, some are intimidated. Some can't even explain why they're drawn to him. That's the Sigma effect. Being a Sigma male isn't a choice, it's a frequency. You don't chase crowds, you don't follow trends, you move in silence and let your results do the talking. While others compete for attention, you command it without even trying. In today's video, we're diving deep into the 10 instantly noticeable traits when you're a Sigma male. These are not just behaviors, they're signatures of a man who chooses independence over approval, solitude over noise, and purpose over popularity. So lean in, Sigmas. Let's break it down. Trait 1. You radiate calm confidence. You're not loud, you're not flashy, but somehow your presence commands attention without saying a word. That's the quiet strength of a Sigma male. Confidence rooted in self-awareness, not approval. True confidence isn't about dominating the room, it's about owning your space. When you walk, it's with purpose. When you speak, every word carries weight. This clarity unsettles some because most people are used to noise, not quiet certainty. Studies in psychology show that nonverbal cues like posture and eye contact often influence perceptions more than spoken words. That's why your calm, focused energy leaves a stronger impact than over-the-top charisma ever could. People instinctively sense your self-trust and boundaries. This unshakable calm not only attracts trust, it also creates mystery. And in a world addicted to attention, your silence becomes magnetic. Sigma tip. Confidence doesn't need an audience. It just needs authenticity. Let your presence speak for itself. Trait 2. You're naturally mysterious. Let's face it, people are naturally nosy. Humans are hardwired to seek information, especially when it comes to the unknown. But with you, they're met with a locked vault. You keep your private life under wraps, not because you're hiding skeletons in the closet, but because you understand a powerful truth. Peace thrives in privacy. When you speak, it's intentional. You reveal just enough to spark curiosity, but never enough to satisfy it. That mystery becomes magnetic. People want to know more, but you leave them guessing. Psychologically, this trait taps into the information gap theory. When people sense missing information, their curiosity intensifies. And that's why you're so intriguing. Sigma insight. Mystery isn't manipulation. It's the art of preserving your narrative, making sure the world doesn't define your story before you're ready to share it. You're not being distant. You're just editing the chapters before anyone else gets a read. Trait 3. You don't compete, you create. While others are caught in the rat race, competing for attention, validation, and fleeting applause, Sigma males operate in silence, building with purpose. They don't chase trends or compare timelines. Instead, they focus on originality, innovation, and depth. Research shows that individuals who focus on, like personal growth and meaningful contribution, are more fulfilled and successful long-term than those driven by status or competition. Sigmas embody this principle. They don't announce their moves or seek approval. So when they launch a new project, business idea, or showcase a rare skill, it shocks people. Not because it isn't impressive, but because no one saw it coming. That's the power of low-key mastery. While the world obsesses over who's ahead, Sigmas are crafting something timeless. Sigma reminder: competition fades, legacy lasts. Trait 4, you embrace solitude like a superpower. Solitude isn't loneliness for you, it's a calculated strategy. While many people dread silence, fearing the thoughts that surface when the noise fades, you embrace it. Why? Because silence sharpens your mind. Psychologists have found that solitude improves focus, boosts creativity, and enhances emotional regulation. It's not about isolation, it's about restoration. In those quiet moments, you recharge your mental battery, reflect on your goals, and refine your next move. Unlike the masses who chase constant connection, you use alone time to connect with your true self. That inner clarity, it's your greatest power. Studies even show that intentional solitude can increase productivity and deepen self-awareness. You're not just wasting time, you're preparing for greatness. Alone time isn't empty, it's full of purpose. And while the world rushes to fill every moment with noise, you sit in the stillness, plotting your next breakthrough. That's not loneliness, that's Sigma fuel. Trait 5. You read people instantly. You're the human lie detector, not because you have high-tech gadgets, but because you have a high-functioning brain that pays attention to the subtle things others miss. While most people listen to words, you tune into the pauses, the nervous laughter, the forced smiles, and the flicker of discomfort in someone's eyes. Science backs this up. Studies show that over 60% of communication is nonverbal. That's your playground. You pick up on contradictions between what someone says and how they say it. It's not about being paranoid. It's about being perceptive. You don't expose people to embarrass them. You simply see through the performance. And that's why manipulators hate being around you. Their tactics crumble under your watchful gaze. You don't just read the room. You rewrite the rules based on what's real, not what's rehearsed. It's one of the most powerful Sigma traits. Silent, sharp, and always one step ahead. Trait 6. You're unapologetically independent. You don't rely on people for happiness, success, or identity. That's the Sigma edge. While most people seek validation through relationships or social circles, Sigmas are driven by inner purpose. Studies in psychology show that individuals with high self-determination are more likely to achieve personal goals and emotional resilience. You choose relationships. You don't need them. This unnerves those used to being chased or admired. Your independence isn't loud, but it speaks volumes. Like gravity, it's unseen yet deeply felt. People may not understand it, but they can't ignore it. Sigma principle: depend on no one, inspire everyone. Trait 7. You speak with precision. When a Sigma speaks, it's never random. It's intentional, like a master archer pulling back the bow only when the target matters. Studies show that people who speak less but with precision are perceived as more intelligent and trustworthy. That's the Sigma effect: measured, direct, impactful. While others fill the air with empty chatter, you deliver meaning with silence and presence. You don't engage in gossip because it doesn't build anything. You speak to shift minds, challenge mediocrity, or ignite purpose. When your voice enters a room, it breaks the noise. Not to add more, but to bring clarity. Speak less, say more. Trait 8. You're immune to social pressure. Trends don't impress you. Crowds don't sway you. You can walk into a party, not fit in with anyone, and still leave feeling more whole than everyone else. That's Sigma freedom, the rare power of being guided not by noise, but by inner truth. While others chase validation, you trust your own path. Studies in psychology show that highly self-aware individuals, like Sigma males, often score higher in independence and emotional intelligence. You don't perform for applause, you move in silence with purpose. The world can scream, but your inner compass whispers louder. Remember, the loudest man in the room is often the weakest. Trait 9. You inspire respect, not popularity. Sigma males don't crave applause. They earn respect through their actions and demeanor. Unlike others who may seek validation or approval, Sigmas remain focused on their purpose. How they handle adversity speaks volumes. They don't let setbacks define them. Instead, they rise with quiet strength. When success comes their way, they stay grounded, not boasting or seeking praise, but letting their achievements speak for themselves. What really stands out about a Sigma is their ability to walk away from drama without engaging. They don't waste time with unnecessary conflicts, choosing peace and focus over petty distractions. People might not always agree with them, but they can't deny the respect Sigmas command. This respect isn't fleeting. It's built on integrity, consistency, and a silent yet powerful presence. The Sigma legacy is simple yet profound, to be respected when you enter and remembered long after you leave. Trait 10. You're always evolving, quietly. While everyone is broadcasting their progress online, you as a Sigma male are in the lab, quietly honing your skills, mastering your craft, and focusing on personal growth. In a world that thrives on public validation and flashy announcements, Sigmas take a different approach. They understand that real progress doesn't need to be shouted from the rooftops. It's evident in the results. The Sigma mindset is all about action, not attention. You're studying, grinding, and working behind the scenes, becoming a better version of yourself without the need for constant validation. You understand that true success isn't measured by how much you tell others about it, but by how much you've accomplished. Then one day, when you've truly leveled up, it's impossible to ignore. People are left in awe trying to figure out how you did it. You don't have to announce your moves. Your achievements speak for themselves. Sigma truth. Let your glow up be seen, not screamed. It's a reminder that growth is most powerful when it's a natural result of your effort. So Sigmas, if you see yourself in these traits, you're not weird, arrogant, or antisocial. You're just operating at a different frequency. And in a world addicted to noise, your silence is revolutionary. These traits aren't just quirks, they're superpowers. And the more you own them, the more impact you create. Be the man who doesn't just fit in. Be the man who stands out without even trying. Sigmas, if this video resonated with you, hit that like button, subscribe, and join this growing brotherhood. Let's keep sharpening each other, building in silence, and living with impact. Having said this, why do Sigma males go silent? Why do they ignore people, even the ones closest to them? Ever been ghosted so hard you thought the person moved to another galaxy? Imagine this, a room buzzing with small talk, social climbing, and loud performances for attention, and then there's the Sigma male. Calm, silent, observing, almost like he's operating on a different wavelength. He's not rude, he's not broken, he's intentional. Sigma males go silent because silence is power. Studies in psychology show that introverts, especially those with high emotional intelligence, often withdraw not to escape, but to process. For Sigma males, silence is a weapon, a way to reset, reflect, and redirect their energy. They ignore people not to hurt them, but to protect themselves. Their peace is non-negotiable. They don't engage in drama, manipulation, or fake friendships. They step back to stay aligned with their mission, not to seek approval. Sometimes, silence is louder than words. Sigma males know that. And once you understand that too, you'll realize that being alone doesn't mean being lonely. It means being in control. Point 1. They've mastered the art of silence. Sigmas aren't the type to fill every silence with words. They understand that silence is a form of communication. In a world where everyone's trying to out-talk each other to gain attention, Sigmas take a different route. They observe, they listen, they analyze. While others speak to impress, Sigmas stay quiet to assess the situation, measure the energy, and understand who's real and who's just making noise. Psychologically, silence can be more impactful than speech. Studies in nonverbal communication show that silence can trigger discomfort, especially in people who are insecure or hiding something. That's why when a Sigma is quiet, it often exposes the truth about those around them. Sigmas have mastered this art. Their silence isn't ignorance, it's intelligence. It's a power move that unsettles manipulators and exposes the fake. It's not passive, it's intentional. And when a Sigma ignores you, don't always take it personally. Often, it's strategic. It's how they protect their energy and maintain control of their environment. Because real strength doesn't shout. It doesn't beg for attention. It remains calm, confident, and calculated. Sigmas know that the loudest one in the room isn't always the most powerful. The quiet one watching usually is. Point 2. They don't owe anyone their energy. Here's the truth, Sigmas. Your energy is sacred. You've got dreams to chase, goals to achieve, and peace of mind that deserves protection. Sigma males aren't cold or heartless. They're just deeply aware of their energy. They've learned that not everyone should have access to their time or attention. In a world full of noise, drama, and distraction, they choose silence, solitude, and clarity. Think about it. Emotionally draining people are everywhere. Those who complain constantly, stir up drama, or use manipulation to get attention. Psychologists even refer to these individuals as emotional vampires, because they suck the life out of those around them. Sigmas see through it. That's why they withdraw, disappear, or go ghost, not out of malice, but as an act of self-preservation. You don't pour clean water into a dirty cup. Likewise, Sigma males won't waste energy where it's not appreciated or respected. Being selective is not arrogance, it's emotional intelligence. It's about choosing peace over performance and solitude over shallow connections. In the end, this isn't about ignoring people. It's about prioritizing purpose, guarding energy, and walking away from anything that threatens your inner calm. Because real strength is in knowing when not to engage. Point 3. Drama, not today, not ever. Let's keep it 100. Most people thrive on drama like it's their daily dose of caffeine. Gossip, backstabbing, emotional outbursts. It's a social sport for some. But Sigma males? They're wired differently. They're not emotionally unavailable. They're just emotionally selective. Drama isn't entertaining to them, it's draining. Here's the real deal. Studies in psychology show that constant exposure to emotional conflict raises cortisol levels, the body's primary stress hormone. High cortisol over time leads to burnout, anxiety, and even physical illness. Sigmas understand this on an instinctive level. That's why they avoid drama like it's a disease, because in many ways it is. When someone constantly brings chaos, confusion, and conflict, a Sigma sees the pattern. They don't argue, they don't try to fix it, they vanish. Just like Batman, no scene, no speech, just silence. Why? Because peace is more than a luxury, it's a necessity. Sigmas treat their mental space like sacred ground. They don't let anyone trample through it just to satisfy emotional immaturity. Their mindset is simple: protect your energy or someone else will drain it. That's why you'll often find them alone, calm, and centered. Because peace, to a Sigma, is power. Point 4. They've outgrown small talk. You ever had a conversation that felt like chewing cardboard? That's small talk for a Sigma male. These men aren't being rude when they seem uninterested. They're just wired differently. Sigmas crave depth, not surface-level chatter. They're not looking for, "so how's the weather?" energy. They want conversations that challenge their intellect, stir their spirit, or explore meaning. Psychologically, Sigma males often exhibit high levels of introspection and independence. According to personality typology, they closely align with introverted intuitive types, like INFJs or INTPs, who prefer meaningful, thought-provoking dialogue over social rituals. So when a Sigma zones out or walks away, it's not about ego, it's about nourishment. Their soul is hungry for authenticity, not empty noise. They don't do fake laughs, forced small talk, or shallow friendships. In fact, studies in social psychology show that people who seek depth in conversation tend to form stronger, more fulfilling relationships. That's the Sigma code. If a conversation doesn't spark thought, inspire growth, or connect to something real, they'll politely disappear. No drama, just clarity. To a Sigma, silence is better than small talk. They don't fear being alone. They fear wasting time on what doesn't matter. Point 5. Boundaries over approval. Here's where most people mess up. They trade their boundaries for approval. They sacrifice self-respect just to be liked. But Sigmas? Never. Sigma males understand a powerful truth. Your boundaries protect your peace, your energy, and your future. They don't ignore people out of arrogance or to offend anyone. They do it to defend their mental space. If someone crosses the line once, it might be a slip. But twice? That's a pattern. And Sigmas don't stick around for a third round of disrespect. They vanish, blocked, deleted, gone. Psychology backs this up. Studies show that people with firm personal boundaries have higher self-esteem and less stress. Sigmas live by this. They don't need conflict. They simply remove themselves from toxic environments, quietly, instantly. To a Sigma, boundaries aren't brick walls. They're gates. Gates that open with trust and close with disrespect. And they guard that gate with intention because they know one simple truth. Your future is shaped by what you tolerate. And Sigmas, they tolerate nothing that costs them their peace, power, or purpose. Point 6. They're purpose-driven, not people-driven. Here's a hard pill to swallow. Not everyone can come with you where you're going. And that's perfectly okay. Sigma males understand this better than most. Why? Because their focus is razor-sharp. They operate with tunnel vision, locked in on their goals, purpose, and personal evolution. It's not arrogance, it's alignment. These men aren't trying to win popularity contests. Studies in psychology show that high performers often sacrifice social approval to pursue meaningful goals. Sigma males embody this. If someone's presence disrupts their progress, they won't hesitate to cut ties. Not out of malice, but out of necessity. They're not offended by criticism. They're offended by distraction. Sigma males live by a simple code. If you're not aligned with the mission, the vision, or the grind, you're not part of the journey. Purpose-driven living means you stop chasing attention and start chasing excellence. And when you do, you'll find that silence is louder than noise. Discipline replaces validation. And not everyone deserves a front-row seat to your growth. This isn't cruelty, it's clarity. And clarity is power. Point 7. Loyalty is earned, not given. Sigmas don't ignore people for no reason. When they pull away, it's because someone has shown their true colors. For a Sigma, loyalty is not just a word, it's a core value, something they live by every day. But when that loyalty is betrayed, that's a different story. Trust, once broken, cannot be easily repaired, and for a Sigma, trust is everything. When someone proves themselves untrustworthy, a Sigma will distance themselves, no questions asked. It's not about holding grudges or seeking revenge, it's about maintaining the integrity of their boundaries. Sigmas understand the importance of self-preservation and emotional clarity. They don't engage in drama or emotional manipulation. They have no time for pity parties or rehashing past wrongs. Unlike others who might give second chances or try to mend relationships that have been broken, Sigmas don't waste their energy. They would rather be alone than be surrounded by fake love or people who don't have their best interests at heart. Loyalty for them is sacred, and once it's lost, there's no turning back. It's a lifestyle, not a convenience, and the Sigma will walk away from any situation that threatens their peace and trust. So, Sigmas, why do you ignore people? Because your time, your energy, and your future are too valuable to waste. You're not here to entertain drama. You're not here to fake smile. You're not here to be accessible to everyone. You're here to rise, to grow, to protect your energy like your life depends on it. Because it does. Let them call you cold. Let them call you distant. Let them call you whatever they want. Just make sure they call you unstoppable. Having said this, Sigmas, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and join this elite community of purpose-driven men. Keep applying those Sigma traits to your life and keep rising above the noise. Because your silence, it's the loudest flex there is. They don't follow the rules. They rewrite them. Have you ever met someone who seems to operate on a completely different frequency, like the rules of life simply don't apply to them? Picture this. You walk into a room filled with people making small talk, laughing at jokes that aren't even funny, and trying to impress anyone who'll listen. And then there's this one guy, alone in the corner, calm, collected, observing everything, not needing to speak to be noticed, not trying to impress. And yet, everyone senses there's something different about him. That, my friend, is a Sigma male. Sigma males live in a way that seems borderline illegal to the average person. Not because they break the law, but because they break norms. They shatter expectations, escape the matrix of conformity, and challenge what society has deemed normal. Welcome, Sigmas, to a wild ride into the minds and lives of those who don't just walk the unbeaten path, they create it. Today, we're diving deep into 11 things Sigma males do that feel illegal to normal people. And trust me, by the end of this, you might realize you've been a Sigma all along, or at least wish you were. Because these men live by a code that demands silence over noise, purpose over popularity, and authenticity over approval. They don't care if society clutches its pearls. They're too busy building empires in silence. So buckle up, let's crack this code. Point 1. Disappearing without explanation. To the average person, ghosting feels like a betrayal. It's seen as rude, cold, or even cruel. But to a Sigma male, it's just Tuesday. Ghosting isn't about games or manipulation for him, it's about self-preservation. Sigma males value solitude like oxygen. They often retreat from social noise, not out of malice, but to recharge and refocus. Psychologists recognize this trait in introverted personalities who experience social burnout. For Sigmas, alone time isn't loneliness, it's restoration. They don't need validation through constant connection. While most people struggle with silence, a Sigma thrives in it. It's his natural element. He won't text back just to soothe your ego. He's not trying to be mysterious. He's prioritizing mental clarity and personal growth. And when he reappears, he won't explain himself, because to him there's nothing to explain. Others fake connections to keep up appearances. Sigmas disappear to become stronger, sharper, and more unstoppable. Point 2. Saying no without guilt. Want to watch a Sigma male rattle the world? Watch him say no. Not rudely, not arrogantly, just no. And that simple word feels like rebellion to people-pleasers everywhere. Sigma males aren't wired for guilt-based decisions. They don't bend for fake friendships, pointless meetings, or social pressure. He won't join your group trip, attend your office happy hour, or say yes to things that drain him. And he doesn't feel bad about it, because Sigmas understand this truth. Saying no to others is saying yes to themselves, and that kind of self-prioritization feels illegal in a world that worships burnout. Point 3. Enjoying being misunderstood. Here's the paradox. The more misunderstood a Sigma is, the more powerful he becomes. Most people desperately want to be understood, validated, and liked. Sigmas? They thrive in the shadows of misinterpretation. They know that being different comes at the price of being misunderstood. But they wear that as armor, not shame. They don't waste time explaining themselves to the masses. They let their results do the talking, their silence louder than your applause. It frustrates people who can't label them, who can't box them in. But Sigmas were never made for boxes anyway. Point 4. Thriving without a tribe. We live in a world that constantly screams, find your tribe, find your people. Society glorifies connection, validation, and shared identity. But Sigma males, they walk a different path, alone by choice. Sigmas don't seek approval or applause. They don't rely on a circle of friends or a crowd to feel validated. Instead, they move with quiet confidence, led by their own values and purpose. This doesn't mean they're antisocial. It means they're selectively social. They value authenticity over popularity. In a hyper-connected world where constant interaction is the norm, choosing solitude feels like rebellion. But for the Sigma, solitude isn't loneliness, it's empowerment. It's in these quiet moments that they reflect, grow, and sharpen their inner vision. Psychological studies even show that people who are comfortable being alone tend to have higher emotional intelligence and creativity. That's the Sigma's edge. They've discovered the rare strength in walking alone and owning every step. Point 5. Observing more than speaking. Most people talk to fill space. Sigmas remain silent to create depth. In a noisy world obsessed with being heard, the Sigma male chooses silence as a tool of strength. He listens first, not because he's unsure, but because he's collecting data. Psychologists say that active listening improves social intelligence and emotional awareness. Sigmas use this to read people like open books. Their silence isn't awkward, it's intentional. They speak only when their words carry weight, and that's why their voice hits harder when it's finally heard. While others compete to be loud, the Sigma commands presence through calm. Silence, for him, is a calculated strategy. Point 6. Living like they don't need validation. In a world addicted to likes, comments, and claps, Sigma males walk around like they didn't get the memo. They don't post for validation. They don't dress to impress. They don't adjust their personalities for social approval. To most people, this is confusing, scary even, because they can't understand how someone could not care what others think. But Sigma males derive their confidence from within. They're not built by applause. They're built in silence, in struggle, in solitude. And when they walk into a room, their authenticity speaks louder than any flex ever could. Point 7. Walking away without drama. Most people crave closure. One last conversation, a flurry of emotions, even a dramatic goodbye. But Sigma males operate differently. When a relationship, friendship, or environment no longer aligns with their peace or growth, they don't announce it with fireworks. They simply walk away. No drama, no drawn-out goodbyes. Just silence. This might seem cold to those who are emotionally dependent, but for Sigmas, it's a deeply personal boundary. Their detachment isn't about avoiding emotions. It's about prioritizing mental clarity and self-respect. Psychologists describe this behavior as quiet quitting relationships, where one distances themselves without confrontation, often as a form of emotional self-preservation. Sigmas understand that not every connection deserves closure. Some just need to end. They don't burn bridges, they just stop walking across them. And in doing so, they protect their energy and continue their path with focus and independence. That's not heartless, it's wisdom dressed in silence. Point 8. Outsmarting systems quietly. Sigmas are master tacticians. They don't storm the gates, they find the back door. While the world waits for permission, Sigmas figure things out. They bypass red tape, dodge social expectations, and craft unconventional paths to success. They're the guy who gets the job without the degree, builds the business without the funding, learns the skills without the schooling. They disrupt without making noise, rebel without making scenes. To the average person, their quiet victories feel unfair. But that's the thing. Sigmas play a different game. Point 9. Laughing at what others take seriously. People take pride in outrage today. Everything's offensive. Everyone's angry. Sigmas? They're chuckling in the background. They don't get caught up in drama, gossip, or fake crises. They maintain emotional detachment that confuses others. Why? Because they know most of it doesn't matter. They don't waste energy reacting to nonsense. Their humor, dry, sharp, sometimes dark, becomes a shield against a hypersensitive world. And it makes them seem almost too chill, as if they live in a different reality, because in many ways they do. Point 10. Choosing passion over paychecks. While most people chase job titles, financial security, and social status, Sigma males take a different path. They chase passion. Instead of trading their soul for a high-paying job they hate, Sigmas would rather earn less doing what fuels their spirit. This mindset confuses and even terrifies the average person who has been conditioned to equate success with status and income. But here's the truth. Studies in psychology show that people who pursue intrinsic goals like personal growth and meaningful work report higher levels of life satisfaction than those chasing extrinsic goals like fame or wealth. Sigmas understand this. They're not lazy. They're deeply aligned with what matters to them. While others may see quitting the rat race as reckless, Sigmas see it as reclaiming their freedom. They don't measure success in material gain, but in purpose, peace, and the joy of waking up every day excited to live life on their terms. Point 11. Refusing to compete. Sigmas don't compete, they create. In a world where everyone's fighting for the spotlight, Sigma males step away from the chaos and do something radical. They focus on their own lane. Instead of racing to outshine others, they build something so unique that comparison becomes irrelevant. Psychologically, this aligns with intrinsic motivation, driven by passion, not praise. While the alpha seeks dominance and the beta seeks approval, the sigma seeks mastery. They're the quiet architects of innovation, spending hours refining their craft, often unnoticed. But when their work finally emerges, it's not just good, it's game-changing. Think of visionaries like Steve Jobs or Elon Musk. They didn't follow trends, they set them. That's sigma energy. It's not about winning someone else's game, it's about inventing a new one altogether. No fanfare, no noise, just results. While the world obsesses over trophies, sigmas are already building the next level. Sigmas, if you found yourself nodding through this video, congrats, you're not weird. You're rare. You weren't made to follow, you were made to forge. So own your solitude, embrace your silence. Build your empire on your terms. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to join this growing community of lone wolves, silent warriors, and unapologetic nonconformists. Let the world wonder. Let them talk. You've got better things to do. Having said this, what if I told you that the most dangerous man in the room isn't the one with a crown, but the one with nothing to prove? Have you ever felt like the whole world was obsessed with being seen, but you were more focused on becoming something real? Imagine a world where thrones are craved like oxygen. Everyone's either bowing or fighting to be bowed to. In that world, a man walks through the chaos with no crown, no need to rule. And yet all eyes follow him. That man isn't a king. He's something far more dangerous, a sigma. No allegiance to the hierarchy, no thirst for praise, just presence, purpose, and power. Sigmas don't chase status, they reject it. Because while kings play politics, killers sharpen their minds. While kings rule people, killers master themselves. And in a world obsessed with thrones, killers walk silently, but carry revolutions. So why do sigma males walk away from glory, crowns, and status symbols? Why do they prefer solitude over superiority, self-mastery over influence, and authenticity over applause? Buckle up, sigmas. This video isn't for the faint-hearted. This is a deep dive into why sigmas are rewriting the rules of power. No kings, just killers. Number 1. Sigma males aren't playing the game, they've redefined it. Society gives you a rule book: go to school, get a job, climb the ladder, drive a flashy car, marry a model, and stack followers like trophies. It's a game of appearances, and most people play it without question. They roll the dice and chase the illusion. But sigma males? They don't just refuse to play, they question the entire game. Not because they're antisocial or arrogant, but because they've decoded the system. Psychologists classify them as introverted alphas, men who lead without needing validation. They're wired for independence, not conformity. Sigmas understand that chasing external status is often a trap. Research shows that material success brings only short-term happiness. Sigmas prioritize internal growth, mastery of mind, purpose, and peace. To them, societal medals often come with invisible chains. So they don't care about being admired, they care about being free. And that mindset, that's what makes them truly powerful in a world addicted to approval. Number 2. Status is a cage, and sigmas are lions. Chasing status is a never-ending game, and a tiring one at that. It's like running on a treadmill powered by everyone else's opinions. Just one slip, a drop in likes, a viral flop, or an unfollow from someone important, and suddenly your self-worth crashes like a tech stock after a scandal. But sigma males aren't built that way. They don't need fancy titles to feel important. Being called boss or CEO doesn't fuel them. What fuels them is Psychologically, sigma males fall outside the traditional dominance hierarchy. According to studies on personality archetypes, they operate independently of social ranks, often relying on intrinsic motivation rather than external rewards. Their confidence comes from within, not applause. Think of a lion in a cage. It might stay quiet, but deep down, it remembers it was made to roam free and rule. That's sigma energy, untamed, driven by inner fire and impossible to contain within someone else's system. Number 3, the illusion of status is the death of authenticity. Most people aren't chasing greatness, they're chasing the of it. That's the trap of status. You buy flashy gadgets, wear designer clothes, and drive cars you can't afford, all to impress people whose opinions don't even matter. It's consumerism driven by insecurity. Psychologists call this conspicuous consumption, a phenomenon where people spend money on visible luxuries to signal wealth or success. But sigma males see right through it. They don't care for appearances. They seek truth. And truth begins with authenticity. When you no longer crave applause, you free your hands to something real. When you stop putting on a show, you start a genuine life. Sigmas reject the status race because they know it's just that. A race with no finish line and no real reward. Power to them is quiet, steady, and real power doesn't wear a mask. It stands firm, even in silence. Number 4, kings need subjects. Sigmas don't. Kings thrive on being followed. Their identity often depends on sitting at the top of the social pyramid, commanding attention, respect, and loyalty. History is full of monarchs who ruled through hierarchy and status, relying on visible power to maintain their place. But sigmas? They're cut from a different cloth. Sigmas don't care where they stand in the social order, top, middle, or completely outside of it. They walk alone, not out of rebellion, but because they don't need validation. Their strength isn't measured by the number of people behind them, but by the depth of their self-belief. Psychologically, sigma males display high levels of self-determination and introverted confidence. They trust their path, even if no one else walks it with them. They know who they are in silence and solitude. True confidence isn't about applause. It's about the version of you that shows up when no one else is looking. Number 5, rejection of status, rejection of weakness. Here's the dirtiest secret about status. Most of it is rooted in insecurity. Think about it. If someone is secure in who they are, why would they need a flood of likes or a flashy car to prove it? The obsession with status symbols often masks a lack of self-worth. People crave titles, validation, and recognition because they're trying to fill an inner void. Sigma males, however, don't play that game. They're not driven by the need to be seen. They're driven by the desire to grow. Psychology backs this up. Intrinsic motivation, the kind sigmas thrive on, leads to more lasting success and well-being than external validation. While others scramble for approval, sigmas rise in silence. They don't reject status out of weakness. They outgrow it. They're not trying to be seen as important. They already know they are. That's not just strength, that's real freedom. Number 6, the power of silent impact. Kings speak loudly. They command with volume, declare their presence, and expect the world to revolve around their words. Their power is often measured by how much noise they make. Sigmas, they do the exact opposite. A sigma walks into a room and doesn't say a word, but something shifts. Why? Because human beings are biologically wired to sense energy before processing speech. According to studies in social psychology, non-verbal cues, like posture, eye contact, and presence, account for over 55% of communication. Sigma males master these silent tools. Their energy is calm, intentional, and razor-sharp. It doesn't demand attention, it draws it. True impact doesn't need a spotlight. Some of history's most influential figures moved in silence: Einstein, Bruce Lee, and Nikola Tesla. Their brilliance echoed louder than any shout. Number 7, self-mastery, social hierarchy. Sigma males don't play social games or chase validation. They're not interested in who's alpha, beta, or the most admired in the room. Their mindset is rooted in self-mastery. While others compete for status in social hierarchies, Sigma males invest in growth, reading, learning, reflecting, and healing. Psychology calls this intrinsic motivation, driven by inner values, not external rewards. To a Sigma, real dominance starts with discipline, not dominance over others. They ask, why rule people if you can't rule your own thoughts? Their quiet power lies in self-control. Govern yourself first, and you won't need approval, applause, or a crown to walk like royalty. Number 8. Sigmas are revolutionaries, not politicians. Kings play politics. They smile in public and scheme in private. Status is their currency, and manipulation is the price. Sigma males are the opposite. They're not about politics, they're about principles. They don't fake alliances or compromise values just to climb some invisible ladder. They burn the ladder and build a jetpack. They are revolutionaries of the soul, not interested in controlling others, just in liberating themselves. Number 9. Legacy over labels. Sigma males aren't concerned with labels like weird, loner, or intimidating. Instead, they focus on something far more profound: impact and legacy. While many are preoccupied with gaining social approval or climbing the status ladder, Sigmas dedicate their energy to building strong character and transforming lives. Their influence doesn't stem from seeking recognition or attention. It comes from the subtle, lasting changes they inspire in those around them. Just as kings are remembered for the way they rule, Sigmas make their mark on the world by fostering growth and awakening in others. They have a unique ability to connect authentically, and it's through these deep, meaningful relationships that they create an enduring legacy. Their quiet, unassuming power is what allows them to leave a lasting impression, shaping lives without needing the spotlight. It's this authenticity that defines their true strength. Number 10. The Sigma Creed. No kings, just killers. In a world that thrives on status, crowns, titles, and thrones, Sigma males choose a path that defies the norm. Instead of seeking the loudest applause or the brightest spotlight, they embrace silence over noise. They prioritize principle over praise and mastery over mere medals. Their journey isn't about dominating others, but conquering themselves. Sigmas are not kings in a traditional sense. They are killers. Killers of illusions, dependency, and conformity. They reject societal pressures to fit in, and instead carve their own path. This form of self-mastery and inner leadership is incredibly powerful. Unlike leaders who seek control over others, Sigmas understand that true power comes from within. Their leadership is not about commanding others, but about inspiring them to lead themselves. It's this authenticity and independence that makes Sigma males some of the most influential and respected individuals in any sphere. Sigmas, if this hit you in the soul, it's because you already know. You were never meant to fit into their world. You were meant to build your own. So if you're tired of crowns that rust and applause that fades, join the movement. Hit that like button, subscribe, and walk with us, the ones who don't kneel, don't beg, and don't boast. We're not kings, we're killers, and we're just getting started. Having said this,